Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Simtrax Broadcast. This is Patrick Morrison coming to you live here with the National Oval Racing Association. Already losing bets out there, whether what is Jay's favorite thing out there on Tuesdays. Taco Tuesdays, that is. So I've already lost a bet tonight. I hope you guys haven't bet on Jacob Malone coming in on the pole here tonight. Very close, though. He wasn't able to score and get on the top mark there. Looks like Blade Timmons is going to be the one to do it for a 29.53. Awesome job there by the 23 Chevrolet. We still have a few more guys out there trying to get some better times out there. Aaron Krolick, he's sitting for 7th. Nick Geilis, he'll be in our 15th spot. I'm looking to see where Dustin Kaliba's going to land because that is a guaranteed fast driver. Let's see where he is. Right now he's hanging out in the 17th, 18th spot. He is already getting under way here for his first lap. Got to nail down some quick times, though, with the 16 Ford. Moving on through. Stella joining us here tonight. Well done on the bet there with Jay. Talk to me a little bit about this track as it definitely gets ready to get heated up here. And as the drivers hit the track harder than the pollen's hitting my sinuses, this should be a wild one.
Yeah, the pollen's turning my lovely blue car green. But out here in Texas, we have a 1.5 mile track that is at a minimum 58 feet wide. So that means we could see a lot of side-by-side racing tonight. Our banking on turns 1 and 2 is 20 degrees and a healthy 24 degrees on turns 3 and 4. This track was built in 1996 on 1,500 acres at a cool $250 million.
That's all? $250 million?
Yes. Okay. I was going to say, I had more if you want.
Oh, wow. Well, that's definitely a lot of guys are getting locked and loaded here. I can't wait to see what they've got down onto the track. A couple of things I do want to point out. Let's go ahead and take a look at our race info here for tonight at Texas Motor Speedway. 160 laps. Stages will be at 48 and 99. Correct me if I'm wrong here, Stella. That should be pretty close on fuel, seeing it'll be at a 60% fuel limit. 5 sets of tires down in the pit, and, of course, no fast repairs. Of course, me, your lead producer, Patrick Morrison, with my broadcaster, Stella, right by my side here. And race control, I don't see one, so apply today. Get a hold of Josh Conover out there or any of the other admins and sign up today to be race control. What you say goes. Temperature out there on the track will be that 98 degrees. So talk about nice and hot on the track. A lot of guys are going to be really, really stoked about it being that warm on the track. That means these cars should hook up very, very well, and I can't wait to see how well that goes. But let's get to our starting grid here to begin our night with Blade Timmons and Jacob Malone starting in the front row. Nathan Finnegan will be starting in third. Oddly enough, he's in the 84 Sunny D machine, so we'll see if Cody Height has got a replacement here. Matthew George sits in the 4th spot. Cody Reeder 5th, and on the outside of row number 3, Dustin Kaliba. I said he was sitting down there in 18th. Looks like 6th for him. Josh Conover, our points leader, sitting 7th. Aaron Krolick, he's going to be working hard tonight as he sits 8th. Brady Moats and Jake Christenberry round out our top 10. And rounding off the top 6 rows will be Ryan Bird, and it looks like Dakota Hendrickson. I'm interested to see, Stella, I thought Hendrickson may have been EOL for the remainder here of the season as he may be starting from the back. Tyler DeTalent sits 13th. Cody Dorsey is 14th. Ryan Ferraro and Nick Geilis. Now, these guys are doing a lot of work here from the back of the pack. Hopefully they can continue their charge up to the front. They're going to need all the help they can get. Where Scott Kerberg, Vincent Arthur, another fast driver, with Tom Senchak and Everett Kautz starting 17th through 20th. Cody Smith sits in the 21st position, normally representing that Home Depot number 20. He'll be starting 21st next to Thomas Walter, who's our 22nd driver in the number 57. Corey Harville in the 77. He'll be starting next to Logan Monteith. I've been tuning in a little bit of Logan Monteith's streams out there in the 99 Toyota. Hopefully that green and black car will be able to come into victory lane here tonight. He's got a lot of work to do as he's sitting very, very far back here in the pack, where Kevin Gunther, Jacob Gladelick, it looks like Justin Moody, Dylan Dunford, Cameron Thompson, Adam Kulikowski, and Blake Hoppy. And you want to talk about a heartbreaker, is guys here in the back, Corey Harville, Gladelick, and Hoppy, not behind the wheel right now. I am showing Harville is behind the wheel, but he remains here in pits, as we saw just a peek of him there in his pit box. I'm waiting to see if Gladelick or Hoppy is going to be able to get out there. Now, Stella, this is our starting grid here for tonight. I hate saying call out your winner here, but this is going to be a tough race with these guys getting through this entire thing.
Well, I'm glad you're saying don't call out a winner, because I can't do it. I mean, I'll tell you, though, last week, we looked at Martinsville, and Jacob Malone, Josh Conover, go guys, traded off those stage wins, but it was Vincent Arthur who came away with the win. So let's see what happens this week, how they're going to be pushing along.
All right, the 69 Porter Cable Machine trying to see if he can get out of that second spot. Already to the outside here, charging on through. And I've got guys backwards back here. Already number 14 in a lot of trouble. That is Scott Kerberg, who was already around. Bring out our first caution here of the night.
Wow, lap 1, and we have our first caution. That put us some dents in at least 5 cars, I think.
Yeah, I've got to admit, not my favorite part of the race, seeing how much damage these guys are getting. And it definitely starts racking up very, very quickly. Once we start counting incident points in, which you saw a lot of guys being eliminated during Martinsville. Definitely don't want anything like that to happen yet again. Right now, there's Barney there. Yellow flag is out. And right now, they're trying to figure out how they're going to kind of compete out here tonight and see if this is going to be just as bad as it was during iPacing at Martinsville. Let's take another look here. Because I saw the 20 getting loose way up front. And I don't know...
Ooh.
Okay, what happens way ahead?
Yes.
All right, let's see if we can take a look at Scott Kerberg here and see if I can see something. Looks like he may have gone across the nose of the 26. And that being Tom Senchak. If I'm not mistaken, these guys have gotten into it once before. During the last
that's
race.
A little early, guys.
Let's see if we can take a look here. Kind of a bad camera switch up here. We'll see if we can get another angle.
Yeah, good angle. Just back a little further. Oh, nice little dive there, though. 45.
Alrighty, there's the 20 getting loose. 3 moves in front. Kerberg tries to get out of there. Yeah, just ran out of real estate.
Yeah, I think we might have had a little touch between the 14 and the 3. I'm sorry. I love that dodge right there. Looked like me and the person coming on the entrance ramp today. But also, watch your tower. It's got a 20 cutoff. 20 car cutoff.
Yep. All right, we'll keep an eye out here. I do want to see how Logan Monteith pulls through this in that 99 machine. I know a lot of guys out there are rooting him on, hoping for a top 5 finish out of him today. But that right there, it may do him in. And that's the only part I was afraid of, is how much damage he has accrued from that left rear side. And I think that may have broken him. I don't know.
Oh.
Yep, right there.
Yes,
Locked his tire up.
burning.
So didn't even make a single lap here and gets wiped out of the race.
I wonder what kind of time that's going to, work out. He could come back and at least get some laps in, but because we got a lot to go.
Yeah, well, we're already looking here. The one who made contact there with Logan Monteith as he slid up front, Cameron Thompson, I think, was trying to get out of the situation and actually ended up making it worse for him and another driver out there. So hopefully Cameron Thompson can keep the heads-up driving here and try to move on through and get past this. I'm sure a couple of drivers are kind of hanging their heads right now, seeing, unfortunately, how this race originally has started here. Now, Stella, let's talk about our guys who have been some laps down here. Remember, Corey Harville actually was going to be starting behind 1 lap. He will now be on the lead lap. I believe 21st will be his starting spot. And Hoppy and Gladelick are working their way out there. Gladelick is actually pace car tonight. Oh, look at this.
Choose car.
Yep. Alrighty. Definitely not a position I'd want to be in here.
Wow.
Boy, we already got some blinking up front.
Yeah, Jay noticed that too.
Yeah, Nathan Finnegan, he's got to get that fixed. Boy, look at these late time choices.
I know. I'm floored as to why. Are they trying to, like, psych the person out behind them and get them to go the other way, or are they counting cards, or in this case, counting cars to figure out if they can move up a few spots by taking inner or outer?
Maybe just kind of counting the cars in front of them to figure out which one's the shorter line. Do want to
Yeah,
thank
that's
Jacob Gladelick here for going ahead and taking our pace car here tonight. Awesome job there. Team player. So down pit road comes our choose cone car. And that means Blade Timmons will be starting back here in the front row again. And hopefully he'll be able to complete a lap before we get knocked out here. Eyeballs still on the 84 of Nathan Finnegan here. He better be careful.
Yeah.
Yep, we lose him again. There he is.
Again. Yeah.
Yeah, right now it's interesting to see, Stella, is actually how these guys aren't really clumping together here.
No, I was noticing that. It's almost like COVID season out there or something.
Yeah, they're very, very spread apart here, and you would kind of think, normally when an RC is out here, guys, if you are considering coming to and being an RC, this is something you need to keep an eye out for, is getting these guys clumped together. You want them nose to tail to get these races run, because if you were somebody like Corey Harville right now, look at the distance.
Yeah.
So because everybody's spread apart by almost 4 to 5 car lengths here, that's just going to become more of a hassle for him here. You see the distance? He's even taking on Thomas Walter here.
Yeah, I'm even thinking as the front rows cross the start finish line, you know, you're already 10 seconds behind and you haven't even started the race.
Right. Yeah, he's already 2.5 seconds off pace here, being that far back. So, all right, we are back under green. Hopefully this one goes a lot better. Stella, we are looking at 20 degrees of banking through turn 1 and 2. Hopefully these guys are able to keep it all collected. It will be 2-3 wide coming off of 2. Very, very slippery. Looks like everybody holds on so far, but already we've got them 4 wide. Back here with Ryan Ferraro, he's able to squeak on through. He's able to get out of there, but notice how loose these guys are getting toward the wall.
They made it. They made it. Woo.
Yeah, interesting pinch there. I think that may have actually been Dylan Dunford, who's getting closer to the wall than anybody else here tonight, looking pretty rough. Dunford taking the high-low line. I like the way he kind of saws back and forth there. That might work out, but I don't know how early in the race that's going to work for those tires. Let's move up to Jake Christenberry, who sits in 9th. Right now he's looking to slide underneath Aaron Krolick here. Krolick up close to the wall, slides back down, back up, back down during the tunnel turn, and dives into 1. Right now, Jacob Malone did pass for the lead to get around Blade Timmons here, and really a great pass so far for Malone to come into the lead. Right now, he's got to be feeling pretty hot about this, as right now, lap 6 is when he overtook him here. Looking to see if there was any trouble. Right there's a little slip up.
Oh, okay.
Yep, Timmons had a little slip coming out of 2, and that allowed Malone to attack. Down to the bottom he went and has never looked back since. So excellent move there by Jacob Malone, who slides up in the number 1 spot, leaving Kaliba up 4 positions here tonight to battle along with Blade Timmons and put him back yet another position. It's 2 Fords right now, 1 and 2, but still under contest will be that 2nd position as Blade Timmons Chevrolet breaks in yet again. Right now they're looking to see if Nathan Finnegan here can help with a little bit of draft, but Stella, I don't know. With a little bit of blinking out there from the 84 Chevrolet, this could be some touchy racing out here of where that 84 is going to be.
Yeah, especially being so far up front and blinking like that. People don't like cars disappearing. Nice pass. That was
but that is exactly why. If he were to blink out coming on doing that, it could be pretty rough. Right now, we are also rooting on the talent out there who's sitting right now down 4 positions, unfortunately, down to 17th. He's pretty happy about returning back to the racing. He's enjoying it. He's hoping for a good night tonight. And I guarantee you, as long as he can stay out of trouble, he might just have a chance out there to get it done. Still side by side up here in the front, where Blade Timmons and Finnegan still going at it here, is right now Finnegan's got just barely the tip of his fender in the quarter panel. diving down to the bottom here between right now, that should be 3 and 4 heading to the front stretch. And so far, it looks like these guys are going to be at a stalemate heading into 1.
Yeah, that's not bad. He stopped blinking. Life is good. And I just would like to be George, or not like to be George right now, right behind him.
Yeah. Now George right now definitely choosing the inside lane, rotates to the top. Just as I say that, but I give it here to George. Is trying to use up as much of that track as he can if he can stay in front of Conover and Jake Christenberry, who sits behind him. Conover right now sitting 6th. Now, Stella, right now, Conover hasn't won a whole lot of races here. I believe he won at the Clash, and right now he would love to come away with a win here during the regular season and see if he can come away with something here. Sorry, I'm getting a little taken away here by Nathan Finnegan jerking out of line, dropping way to the bottom there. It was like he saw something or he slipped coming out of 2. And Stella, right now, if we are already slipping here on lap 13, crossing into 14, this is going to be a long road ahead for these guys to reach stage number 1 at lap 48.
Yeah. Now, as a viewer, it's one thing. As a driver, being George behind Finnegan there, I mean, how do you pass somebody that you can't see?
Luck.
Okay.
Honestly, luck. Sometimes you can radio up and tell them, hey, I'm below you. I don't know where you are.
Yeah.
But normally once something like that flares up, RC starts cutting you off. Fortunately, if his blinks are not long, you see he's only gone for about a quarter of a second and he returns. If he were to blink, oh, that was a longer one. If he is to blink 1 to 2 seconds away and then return, it's petrifying. The biggest thing is what we are seeing is at least a modified version of what the driver sees. The driver will actually see the car fly up in the air. He'll be jerking around. He'll be facing toward you. He'll be crashing into the wall, and then you're hovering your left foot over the brake, trying to figure out if you need to lock him up and do some wreck avoidance, and you have no idea. So
that's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah. Right now,
I have seen where they fly up in the air, do 3 flips, then disappear and come back in 2 seconds later. Okay. Oh my heavens, that's even worse. See, so you as the person following behind, in this case Josh Conover, you have got to leave yourself some cushion there.
Well, but you also don't want to because you're racing for positions.
I know.
I know. Conover gaining 3 here on the night. He would love to go ahead and get this next one. His car has been faster the past few laps here, and it doesn't seem like he is slowing down at all. And right now, the 48 of Conover would like to get into a podium position here. Early into the race, yes, but 1, 2, and 3 are the ones who decide how everybody else is going to pit during this race. Whether they're going to take 2 tires, 4 tires, full tank of fuel, what these guys are deciding they're going to do will hinge off our fastest guys on the track. Conover being one of them, who may have had not so fast qualifying time. He is definitely showing some speed later on here as he sits now 4th, still pressing for 3rd. I do want to rotate to somebody who's really been on a big charge here is Kevin Gunther in the 56 Toyota. Now, he's moved up 13 positions here on the night, sitting 12th. So not too bad from a driver sitting way outside the top 20. And now he's charged all the way forward, and he's peaking just at the outside of the top 10. So far, so good here for Kevin Gunther as he's working his way around Cody Reeder. And he's got him there. Next will be Ryan Bird, and Bird's already in his face. There we go. There's a little bumping and rubbing here. Right now, the 32 machine of Everett Coutts not happy right now with how Gunther's racing him here. Boy, that looked like a nasty bump there. And it seems, I wonder if a little bit of Martinsville's bleeding over into Texas.
Oh, now see, you saw it as a bump from 56. I saw it as a very nice block from 32. So I guess it all depends on whose rear view you're looking at. But looks like he's coming, going to take him on the inside on this turn. Yeah,
gutsy move here right now, as they say. You were saying he's moving. I wasn't sure. Why would we be blocking this early into the race? Live to fight another day, for God's sakes. All right, right now Malone is out by almost a half a second here as Timmons now fights his way back to 3rd. And now it looks like Conover's going to be trying to pass Timmons here in a little bit. But Finnegan is continuing his charge forward. Not too bad here for our battle of all of our guys trying to break back into the top 10. Counts holds that spot in the top 10. Kaliba sits 9th as we got a huge shuffle up here, and that also goes for Matthew George. George staying out in front of Krolick and Christenberry, but Christenberry wants the bottom line here, but is he going to have it? I don't know, as right now Krolick is definitely pushing his will and forcing the subject here. Is already not one but 2 positions. Gets past Christenberry, gets past George, and now Krolick is in that 5th spot. Now he's going to be trying to chase down Conover, but not too bad. But he's got to make up about half a second to find him.
Yeah, but that was a great pass. I mean, just, you almost always get 1, but getting 2 with, nice and clean, very, very good.
Yeah, not too bad. Right now, Jacob Malone still leading this race. Lap 23 underway. Not so bad here. We had 1 caution back there already on, I guess you could call it lap 1. We were just barely getting around turn 1 and 2 and entering 3 when the fiasco started, catching Scott Herbert, Justin Moody, Cameron Thompson, Logan Monteith, and Jacob Gladelick actually came out there and became our pace car. 12.5 minutes for Logan Monteith, but guess who's back out on the track?
Well, hot dog. All right, good for you.
Yeah, Logan Monteith is going to need a prayer and a hope here. He's looking at least 20 cautions for him to get back onto the lead lap here. Hopefully he's going to be able to kind of offset these guys here just a little bit to see if he can get back some of those laps back. Still, I would probably expect to see him at least get a few of them back due to the stages with some offset pitting, but we'll see if that is going to be in the cards here tonight. Let's rotate back to Blade Timmons. Timmons is actually rotating up, trying to see if he can run down Finnegan. Finnegan has gotten into 2nd. Conover is our 4th place driver, and Krolick rounds out our top 5. Couple of drivers here are pretty close. Right now, I believe Reeder and Couts are about to go at it once again. That 17 Ford has come alive here as of late, as the Fox Mill 32 Chevrolet is in a lot of trouble. He's sitting 9th. He's happy with the top 10 completion here for the stage if he can make it that far. But right now, Jake Christenberry holding up a little traffic here and trying to keep Counts from getting around him. Now, Stella, this is not too bad here by Christenberry. Christenberry, I think, might be just slacking off just a little bit to try to save some tire.
It could be. Now Hoppy's the only other one that's down a couple of laps. Who was that in the infield there?
Well, Hoppy is not the only one down a couple of laps. Remember, Logan Monteith is down as well.
Right.
And Nick Gillis. I'm showing Gillis is having some trouble there in the number 3.
That's who it was then. Monteith I would have known with the bright green. Hoppy figured was, but I did not know he's down already too. Okay.
Yeah, right now, Nick Gillis not having too much fun out here tonight. Seeming he's in the number 3 Hooters machine, trying to see if he can get that 28th spot. Not getting too comfortable there. Vincent Arthur looks like he is visiting pit road here. Looks like he's going to try to offset pit everybody. And already, Stella, we are seeing a little bit of strategy out here by the 24 Chevrolet. He did have to serve a penalty tonight, if I am not mistaken. So the 24... trying to see if he can get it going here. He's going to be right back to it. Still, I believe a lot of guys are deciding to come down pit road, though. Most of our guys here originally looking at 23rd on back have been down pit.
Really?
Already during this race. Ferraro, Moody, Kulikowski, Thompson, Kerber, and Gillis came down during that lap 1 wreck. After that, it's been Vincent Arthur, not once, not twice. 3 visits here for Vincent Arthur coming down pit road. And he'll be our next guy a couple laps down here. He's going to be playing chase. But what's the difference? Like the rest of the field, everybody else seems to be chasing this man right here, Jacob Malone, on lap number 30. 15-year-old Tampa, Florida driver here, sitting in that 69 Ford. He's leading this one by over half a second.
Yeah, that's he's making a clinic here tonight as to how to drive Texas successfully.
Yeah, one guy I would love to see come away and finish this one is Jacob Malone. He has been caught off guard a few times. We've seen if he can just get his restarts down. He does restarts 3/4 of the race and then gets smoked. gets passed, gets bumped out of the way, makes a gutsy move at Coda, and everybody's kind of got the crosshairs on this guy, and it's kind of, Stella, I would wonder, he can drive here, but I just think a couple of mistakes have gotten a few guys fired up a little bit, and I've got to say, if this guy can start getting some clean wins here, like right now, what he's doing, a lot of guys are going to start throwing a lot more respect his way.
Oh, sure. I mean, but everybody wants to give grief to the new guy. Or in this case, the young kid.
Yeah, 100%. And we'll see if that kind of comes into play here moving through. Right now, Stella, we are under lap 32. Halfway through it, though. Malone, Finnegan, Timmons, Brady Moats coming out of nowhere, sitting now 4th. And Conover drops down to that 5th spot. But it looks like Conover had his run too early in this stage, as Kralik and Reeder are going to be the next ones to try to attack. So far, they've been picking up the pace here as we take a look back at some of our last lap times. Right now, this is looking pretty solid here for Josh Conover with a 31.15. He is slightly faster, but not as fast as Aaron Kralik. Right now is 31.19, and I believe Cody Reeder sitting with a 31.12. Fastest on the track seems to still be Brady Moats with a 30.87, and those are our guys that are outside of those podium positions. Jacob Malone still running some insane speeds out there, and consistently 30.8 seconds here for Jacob Malone. Really his fastest time out there. If you consider fall off here, he's already lost a second, but that is after 34 laps, and 5 of them have been under caution.
Yeah. I know we've had, like you say, 5 under caution, but just to let you know, 39 laps, 39.8 is as far as they can go with the fuel tonight. So if we stay green, I believe you may see some people that are either going to try to push it, go really early, or, they're not going to make it to the stage is what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's definitely possible. I would definitely lean toward guys having to pit, but whether they've decided to go out there and race by themselves in the fresh air, or if they've been drafting this whole time, that's going to be the big choice here to see whether or not they're going to be doing anything like that. I believe right now, Conover heading down pit.
Okay.
Yep, Conover's not the only one. Kevin Gunther going to join him here. Just sit and take a look down pit road here. A couple of these guys working their way on in. See if this is a fuel and go, or if he's considering taking some tires. Josh Conover making a interesting call here with his crew chief. Those are the leaders working his way around. Looks like Conover's going to go a lap down now, but he is not going to be alone. Ferraro and Gunther working with him here, and away they go. Gunther picking up a bunch of positions here, up to 24th from where he originally came in. I know it shows these guys were top 10, top 15, but really where he beat him off pit road, Josh Conover is going to be about a light year off. Vincent Arthur, he's still chasing down. Remember, he came down in pit earlier on lap 26. So let's see if that speed can help him out here as Vincent Arthur trying to work his way up. And Josh Conover gets up to speed just in time. And now it doesn't look like Vincent Arthur's going to have a chance sitting on about 10 to 12 lap old tires.
Yeah, and we are looking at all of our leaders just came in. Malone, Timmons.
Yeah, Malone and Timmons did come down pit road. They're looking to see if they can fight their way back out. Aaron Kralik and Corey Harville as well decide to come down pit road, and they're working their way back out. Waiting to see when drivers like right now, Tyler DeTalent decides to come down as Matthew George throws in the towel. Down pit road for him now. That leaves us with Brady Moats, Cody Reeder, and Ryan Bird sitting 1, 2, and 3. Tom Senchak enjoying that 15 position gain. But boy, oh boy, did you see that? Right now, Dustin Kaleba getting into a couple of guys out there, already starting to get a couple more of those incident points out there, as there's a little bump and rub there as they keep going from our 6th place driver. Number 9 of Cody Dorsey turning on the afterburners here as he slides around Jake Christenberry, who's working down pit road, and Tyler DeTalent. DeTalent working his way down. Now Brady Moats still leading this race, though, but interesting to see how long or how far he's going to go seeing we have reached all the way out to lap number 40. Now, Stella, you were talking earlier about, yeah, fuel mileage and that sort of thing we're looking at here. 5 under caution. Did these guys clutch it during the caution? Did we shut the engine off? Have we done something that has maybe offset this and may be able to make it the entire route?
Or is he one of the guys that came down early with the caution and got himself just a little splash of fuel before the race really got started?
No. Thomas Walter up all the way from the 9th place up. Have not pit. Adam Kulikowski has. He has now moved up into the 8th spot, and Tom Senchak came in on lap number 2 with a 28.83 second repair out there. I'm sure he kind of threw a little bit of fuel in it to make it to the end. But I would probably say, maybe another gallon is all he's got in it. Is that enough to make it? Seeing they're maybe using about 0.3 per lap, he could squeeze it out, but it's going to be close. Here's Senchak right now. It looks like he's getting ready to be passed by a lapped car of Jacob Malone. Malone's starting to really put it on as he is trying to get away from Nathan Finnegan, who's kicking it up a notch. So far, so good. It looks like Malone did take 4 tires along with Nathan Finnegan. And our leaders are heading down pit road, moving Dustin Kaliba directly back into up to the lead. We've seen Kaliba in the lead before at a different track, but not this one. This will be his first time. Number 1 position for his is number 16 Ford, and we'll see if Jacob Malone can catch him here. Kaliba has yet to pit this entire race, trying to get an extra couple of points here. Once he can get down pit, Malone only about 23.5 seconds behind. Can Kaliba get past that start-finish line? But before Jacob Malone goes ahead and retains the lead. Oh, stays out yet another lap. Dustin Kaliba, we'll keep an eye and see if this guy runs out of fuel here, as he is losing valuable time. Right now, Dustin Kaliba is running a 31.95 last lap. Jacob Malone right now is running a 29.83. That is his fastest lap of the night. He's got to get out of there. Oh, he's not going to. He's going to stay out.
Really?
Well, Stella, this may be the king here of fuel mileage. We may have found our next fuel calculator out there of Dustin Kaliba.
I understand fuel, but at this point, aren't your tires holding you back a little bit? As everybody's going by you like you're standing still?
Yeah, well, that as well. Right now, he is losing a boatload of time here. Yeah, right now he's losing almost 2 seconds this lap, and he hasn't even finished.
Yeah, he's got 3 more to go before we hit, 3:09. He could remain in the lead.
It looked like... Yeah, he's coasting it. He's clutching it all the way through.
Oh, man.
Right now, Jay is thinking what everybody's thinking right now. This would be awesome if he can squeak it out. 15 seconds ahead.
Yeah,
he's only got to make it one more lap.
Right. And he will still be in front of Malone, who is still 14 seconds behind him. If he was only gaining 3 laps and he had 18 seconds to gain, yeah. Nice. As long as he doesn't run out.
Well, Stella, I do also want to point out, seeing that 12 seconds is all he's got between him and Malone here. This is huge right now.
Oh, little chin music there against the wall.
Yeah, if Kleba can do it here. 7 seconds.
Good grief. This is when I go, where's pit road?
There's caution.
I'll be darned. Good job.
All right, so Dustin Kaliba gets it here. Now, the only thing I would love to point out at this point, if he stalls out, oh, man, that's going to be a closed pit.
No.
Yeah, it's going to be a closed pit. They have not caught the pace car.
Oh,
He
Oh
gets the
my.
stage win, but he'll be getting an EOL here at the end.
Yes.
But if
He
nobody
would have.
else pits...
He missed his mark. Oh,
All right, Stella,
that.
we learned a little something. If there's one caution between the stages, you can make
Mm-hmm.
it. Everybody else was
Yeah.
not interested in playing around, but he made it.
Wow.
Just everybody
Wow.
else.
All right. Well, like, yeesh. That's that's that that was rough. Well, if you have some caution laps though,
Yes.
too. So, oh my, that's a shame. I thought for sure. All right. So here come our new leaders down pit road. Malone, Finnegan, Conover, Moats, Reeder, and Timmons. We do have somebody staying out. Kralik.
Yeah, and Kralik may be looking to offset pit here.
Wow. Our Skittles.
Right
I
now,
am not a
Talent's
sour
still
beer.
sitting down pit road here.
Hmm.
And
He
not
have
quite sure.
repair?
35 seconds now.
Uh-oh. If he hauls out in the 40s, then he probably had a speeding penalty?
Possibility here. Looking to see Kristen Berry is stuck. Talent as well. I'm wondering if there was a little bit of damage to the side of his car. And maybe he's trying to get some of it squared away here. But he is not the only one. Vincent Arthur, Ryan Ferraro. Ferraro still hanging out in pit. Looks like Everett Couch is screaming out of there. Our guy's going. They've got to hurry up. Oh, he didn't make it. Yeah, right now the best thing that can happen here for Ryan Ferraro, go ahead and leave and exit pit. It'll give you an EOL regardless, but it may get him in a little bit of trouble. And he'll be starting from the back here. Hopefully not a lap down. Right now I'm looking to see our guys who are laps down here. Once they can square themselves away out there on the track, everybody get re-lined up here. Right now I'm showing Vincent Arthur rejoining pit yet again. That's the 5th time here tonight for Vincent Arthur. Huh. All right, Stella. What can we take away from our first clutch of racing here? Aaron Kralik is actually, last time he pit was lap 37 here.
Okay.
Interesting to see him not pitting yet. I would wonder if now would be the time he peels off and comes down and gets fuel, or otherwise he's going to be way off cycle.
Maybe that's what he's looking for. We've seen weirder.
All right.
All right. 1 lap to go.
Choose cone has been done. Lapped cars getting their wave around. Herberg, Gunther, Gillis. Everybody getting caught back up here. Waiting on Kerberg. You can see if Vincent Arthur, he's got to hurry up. All right, now solid racing here so far tonight.
Yes.
Be getting
Yes.
getting under green here as soon as the pace truck lights are off and he pulls off the racetrack. Everybody's starting from the farthest, the longest line, so you can see the inside line is going to be twice as long as the rest. And leaving us, I believe, with Corey Harville here. Definitely a string of cars behind them. All right, so the 77 Milwaukee making a comeback. Aaron Krolick in the front. Jacob Malone sitting second. Right now, I guarantee you, Malone's going to try to sidestep it here and get past him. Last pitting on lap 49. 9-second pit stop for Malone. Green flag, off we go. Barney says let it rip. Krolick slinging through the gears perfectly here. Gets 1 through 4 as he flies into turn number 1, headed into 5th as soon as he hits the backstretch here. Malone's going to try to chase him down. Let's see if everybody stay tacked up. Ooh, man.
Oh, yeah. They're managing it. I thought we had something in the back, but we are good. Finnegan seems to have squared away whatever the update was going on in the background, causing him havoc.
Yep.
Seems to have panned out.
Yeah, some of the guys are able to close a few of those applications, stop the things from rotating through. And now it's Malone's turn. He's going to start pulling away. Quarter of a second ahead. Finnegan's trying not to lose him here. Right now he's trying to get back in that bubble. Trying to see if he can pull the draft. He's not going to be able to. Malone drops down to the bottom, and now it's going to leave Finnegan toward the top. Cuts down in front of Krolick, gets a hold of it here. And right now, Jacob Malone with his fastest turn 1 and 2 of a 14.97 here tonight. But you want to know who's fastest on the track? The 48 machine. Whatever he just did has changed everything. 29.71, that's faster than the leader, and he's moved up to third.
Boy, quick, fast, and in a hurry. Look at him go.
Whoop. Little touch down there on the white line causes Conover to bump up the track here a little bit. That was a fucking... Boy, that was a nasty turn.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if there was contact, but you say it was on the paint. I guess that'll do it. It's amazing. The paint in some of the tracks does something. In other ones, you can just run over it like it's not even there.
Yeah, he had a decent run there, as right now it looks like he lines up behind Finnegan. Try to use a little bit more of that draft. Help pull him up to the front, and it's working. Here we go. Conover picking up pace now, only about a 1/10 of a second off of Finnegan. Now he's going to try to set him up here between 1 and 2. Down to the bottom he goes. Sticks a fender in there, no can do. Outside line for Finnegan, and Conover's going to play chase yet again. Good moving here so far as we get another camera angle. Take a look at the 48 sliding to the bottom. Sticks it into the inside, gets a fender on him. He looks like he's dead meat now. Finnegan is toward the top of the line. Right now, he's not waking up with Sonny D this time. He's going to be waking up to looking at Josh Conover out the driver's window. So far, so good here for Jacob Malone as these two do battle behind him. That leaves him free and clear running this race as Josh Conover's last lap was a 29.74. That's faster than anybody else on this track and still moving. Right now is Josh Conover with the fastest time, best time here of the night of a 29.62. Not bad here by the number 48 Chevrolet.
And he is actually coming up on Malone like somebody who is on a mission.
Yeah, right now we'll keep an eye on these two. Remember, we were talking earlier about Malone being able to have a clean race. The two of these have gotten in trouble more than once. Right now, both of these rookies, side by side, have been bashing each other's doors in all race. And actually, so far, all this season, I'm wondering if almost the matching paint schemes here are going to cause any trouble for the two of them. They almost look like teammates here. But Malone out there with Beer Money Racing, staying on the outside. It looks like Conover's going to go ahead and take the lead here. But Malone to the floor. I think he's denting the floor pan now to make sure he led that lap. And now Conover's going to fight him through 1 and 2. Good idea here by Malone. It shows kind of a veteran thought process of pushing him down the track while you've got the speed. That's going to allow Malone to kind of take off here and start putting a little more distance on the favorable area that Conover has. Malone drops back behind Conover as he dive bombs into 3 and 4, gets the lead, leads by 2-3 car lengths now, and Malone is going to be playing chase only less than a quarter of a second behind.
Yeah, this is good. Now my curiosity is, does Conover keep pushing this hard and possibly ruin his new tires.
Yeah, right now Conover is laying down some insane times out there. Whether he can hold this up is going to be questionable. We'll keep an eye on Conover and see if he can continue. He's enjoying that six position march up toward the front, and he's keeping it going here. Malone right now, will scuff to the wall heading into one. Got to be careful. I know he wants to get back to the front. Malone gives a scrub to the wall, and Cody Reeder sits now third. Led by a Chevrolet, followed by two Fords sitting second and third. The rest of the top 10 remains Chevrolets until Jake Christenberry stuck his nose into the top 10, where he is definitely trying to stay. He originally qualified here. He wants to stay here. I'm sure, guarantee you, talking to his team earlier this race, they wanted to have him move up. They said they had a top 5 car. Whether he can finish there or not, that's yet to be seen. It's all going to depend on the driver. So Jake Christenberry in the 93 Toyota still marching forward, trying to follow Ryan Bird as close as he can. But Cody Dorsey and Matthew George have other plans.
Oh, don't they ever. Yeah, I noticed that after this last race was the first time in this 2024 season that Ford has actually surpassed Toyota in the manufacturer standings. Needless to say, Chevy's always on the top.
Oh, boy. Yep. Well, right now, with Chevy sitting on top is Josh Conover's. Cody Reeder sits second. Finnegan has fought his way up, and we are already dealing with a problem here with Jacob Malone. I don't know what's going on with him, but he is battling for his life to stay in the top 5 here. That is now Blade Timmons, who started next to him before the race. During the gridding. Right now, Blade Timmons passes him, and Jacob Malone falls down to 5th. Next will be Brady Moats. Moats spent a little bit of time out front before he came down to pit, and Moats is sliding underneath. I'm wondering if the 69, this car has gotten too tight on him, and he is unable to get this car to release, and he is now unfortunately marching back here in the pile, and as unfortunately our leader for the most of this race is now watching Conover drive away by almost 2 1/4 seconds off his front nose.
Yeah, I'm looking at the top 10 are only 3.5 seconds apart. And most of that, like you say, is between first and second place.
Yep, less than 100 laps to go in this race. Malone has dropped down to 7th. Kralik is the only driver out here, along with Vincent Arthur, to stay where they originally started this race. Kralik started 8th, and Vincent Arthur started 18th. Maybe it's something with that number. It's definitely queuing something in. Let's move on back. I want to take a peek in on Matthew George, who sits now 12th. Everett Counts is hanging around that area. Counts would love to reach back up there and continue his 7-position gain and put Matthew George yet down another position. He's already down 8 here on the night. He would love to knock him down, but no can do, as right now it looks like Counts has already got enough trouble with Dustin Kleba passing him down on the bottom. Now remember, Kleba came in on a closed pit, started from the back, working his way back to the front here, and he's the guy on fresh tires and a full tank of fuel. Stella, will he be able to make it again? I would probably say no, not without a caution.
Oh, yeah. I really do believe that he did have a bit of a benefit with that 5 laps, but he still got lucky.
Yeah, Kleba definitely super happy about having that stage win under his belt to go ahead and keep this one going. And so far, so good, as everybody continues to battle out here on the track. Kristen Berry wants to get a hold of Matthew George here, but George trying to squeeze away. And I believe we may even have a fight farther up, even around the Tom Senchak area. Yes, we do. Senchak trying to see if he can get Nathan Finnegan. And you were talking earlier about that blinking coming to a stop. Absolutely not. I think the power of Tom Senchak is overloading the system.
Oh, it's back, and he just touched the wall. So, yeah, the two of them are going to have some interesting... Oh, yeah. I mean, how does the spotter work? I know when you're keying on them and they disappear like that. That was a whole lane change. Yeah. No fair.
Yeah, well, that's tough. Normally, you try to give somebody a wide berth when you make that pass. But once again, you may lose visuals, but you want to radio up and let them know you're there. I'm on the inside. I'm on the inside, and, at least have him radio back, yes, I see you. But expect him to battle back, and that's the worst part, is you don't want to rotate up too high and then make contact here with the 84. So Nathan Finnegan, may be something wrong with that 84 machine, because if I'm not mistaken, Cody Hyde had the same issue.
Really?
Yeah, Cody Height was blinking a little bit during Martinsville out there, and I believe out at Atlanta he was having some trouble. Tom Senchak slides up to the 5th position. 14 gained on the night. That makes him the hard charger here so far. Top 22 drivers are still on the lead lap. Geilis, Ferraro, Kerberg, Kulikowski, Hoppy, and Gunther staying out there on the track. Down some laps. Unfortunately, it looks like Cameron Thompson, the number 2 Ford, is taking it back to the garage. Logan Monteith coming down from a hole farther than you'd want to be. Right now, I think a Spartan's kicked him down there, as Logan Monteith is still way out there, sitting in 30th position. But with Cameron Thompson checking out here in this race, that's going to allow him to break into the 20s here tonight.
That's it. That's what I was going to say. People quit and you move up. Just keep rolling. Was Dory say keep on swimming?
Yeah, I do want to get up front where there's a battle for the lead already. Cody Reeder sliding underneath to Josh Conover. Conover looked like he just kind of gave it up there as we slid in to see the pass. Right now, Reeder's down on the bottom. Conover rotates toward the top. They were separated about 2 car lengths side by side between each other, and it just looked like Cody Reeder had a heck of a turn entry there and went ahead and took it. Bottom lane takes over. And Stella, talk about our guy who was leading the race here. Out of the top 10, 3.9 seconds off pace here.
Oh, who? Where? Krolik?
Yeah, no, Jacob Malone, who's right now following behind Dustin Kleba. Malone is sitting right now in 11th, outside of Dustin Kleba here, just trying to break back into the top 10. And boy, 4 seconds off pace. You almost wonder what happened to Jacob Malone out here. You scratch your head and you're like, man, what in the world happened? Nothing really happened out there on the track. 97 degrees out there, 13 miles an hour wind. Everything still seems pretty solid out there. Everything's okay. I'm just wondering if a bad adjustment here has caused a little bit of tightness on that car, and this thing is just not rotating the way he wants it to. It almost, I swear, this seems like his car is extremely tight getting into these turns, because it looks like he's fighting that car to keep it down as low as he wants it to, which only means that right front tire is not happy about what's happening. Here's the problem. Yep, not good. Krolik coming down pit road here, which sends Dustin Kleba off the reservation.
My heavens, yeah, there was definitely some miscommunication there. I was watching Malone, who, like you were saying, was tight and up top, ticking off the wall. But then here Kleba is sideways. So
yeah, here's another look at it. This is where looks like Krolik may have not said anything. Kleba can't figure out why he's slowing down, and the 69's got nowhere to go.
Yep.
Yeah, so right now Kleba may be pretty hot out there. I can't blame Malone for this. Malone had nowhere to go. We're staying at speed, and I'm just wondering if maybe somebody didn't radio up and say, "Hey man, I'm hitting the pits," because you've got to dive in.
Yeah, that would be the person I would be, if anything, a little warm. You say hot at. Not the person I ticked on the outside trying to get around him. That just happens.
Yeah, right now I'm looking to see if Aaron Krolik here with quarter life crisis may be trying to drum something up there with Ryan Ferraro and Thomas Walter out there, seeing if they can set something up. Right now, this race has been going terrible for some drivers. And right now, Jacob Malone, I can't blame him for this one either. I would definitely 110% bring it down pit. Stop the bleeding. You're getting close. Let's go ahead and change out whatever you did. Do it the other way.
Yes.
Turn it backwards. I would probably turn it backwards and then a little some to see if you can get with the looseness you were probably looking for out there. So that's going to send him a lap down as Cody Reeder still leads this race with Blade Timmons and Josh Conover sitting 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, that's why I was taking a look at. Timmons has worked his way back up, so it's still a nice long race, and you have a chance.
Top 5 drivers separated by 7 seconds out here tonight. Right now, I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, and 4. Moats is down by almost 2 seconds off pace. Now we kind of take a telescope. We find Jake Christenberry sitting in 5th because he is trying to make up some distance of 7 seconds. Harville sits right behind him, counts, and here's a kind of our clump of cars here, as right now it seems like there's a huge void sitting right in the middle of our top 10. I don't know quite what caused it. A couple of guys have come down pit, maybe a little unusual, but not anything out of the ordinary. Tyler DeTalent slides up in 8th position. That was a nice little pass there by Cody Dorsey as he slides on by. But once again, guys diving down into pit.
Wow. I understand the dive, but, you know, these other cars are coming up on them like they're standing still. I know they have to get down to their pit speed, but say something so the other guys can be higher and not run into the back of you.
Yeah.
There's no brake checking.
Yeah, but in the same sense here, as we take a look at the other guys going out here, is that's you almost want to continue following for the pass and try to use as much draft as absolutely possible until they duck off. But when they start slowing down, you don't realize how much 40 miles an hour changes in the blink of an eye. You're all over him. You only think you're about 3 car lengths behind, but then next thing you know, he's in your front bumper. So a lot of guys shifting and moving around. Cody Dorsey, our next driver, down pit road. Looks like Dakota Hendrickson. Yep, he's down there. Looks like no trouble out of him here tonight out of the 43 Toyota. So far, so good. And I'm waiting to see when some of our other drivers are coming down. Cody Reeder came down on lap 49, as well as everybody else there in the top 8. Vincent Arthur and Dustin Kaleba came down around that lap 50 mark. So I'm interested to see, is Kaleba going to try to stretch it out once again? I would probably say this ain't going to be his time, as we got to make it to lap 99.
Yes. But I'm also taking into consideration, one, we haven't had those caution laps this time, and if he has to cut it so close as to come in on a closed pit, that's not very good. So we shall see. I mean, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Yeah, well, we'll keep an eye as we go around this next time, as right now going around is Malone. Malone following in front of Cody Smith there. Smith still on a good roll. Right now, that number 20 machine would love to stay on the lead lap. He sits 18th. Right now, he is on the lead lap, but just barely. So far, so good. Look at Smith going up there and giving a little rub there to Malone. Malone's kind of wondering what he's done wrong to deserve a little bit of that. But these two are going to go at it here right up and in front. This is actually, oddly enough, the battle for the 17th position. I know we are back a little bit. Here's Monteith. Like once again, great for him coming back out. 29th position's where he is.
Yeah, and these guys actually are a lap down. They're not on the lead lap.
Correct. All right, now look as we pass pit road here. Look all the way to the right where the yellow line is. See the green lights? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see if we can find it. All right, we'll check at Cody Reeder as we check in on our leader here. All right, now looking to see if it happens here. Let's take a look all the way to the right. You see the green lights down there at the bottom right?
Yes.
All right, that's exactly what you're going to be looking for.
I am.
That is how you know pit road is open. Green lights, pit road open. Red lights, pit road closed. So anybody entering right now, everything is A-okay. So that's how we knew Dustin Kaleba was going to end up with a penalty coming down on the red lights. Top 8 drivers still on the lead lap here. Dustin Kaleba, the last one on it.
There's no pit road caution? You know, red, yellow, green? No? Okay.
No, that one only gets 2 lights.
Alrighty.
All right, 50 laps. Lap 50 is where these guys ended up stopping. Kaleba on all the way to Reeder. And Ryan Bird, the first driver to pit on lap 76. He's sitting in 9th. I guess he's kind of waiting his turn here to see if he can come back down and see where this is going to end up. Kaleba, oddly enough, still racing this one. And there's no way this guy's going to try to do it a second time here. We'll see.
I guess if he knows he can, why not? Although he's riding 4th gear this time instead of 5th like he was last time.
Correct. So he may already be checking out, assuming this isn't going to happen.
Yeah.
Just trying to stay with some speed. There's 5th.
He's listening.
Yeah. Well, as we take a look at Dustin Kaleba here as he slides on the outside. He is starting to power shift a little bit here. 14 machine gets around him. That is Scott Kerberg in front. It looks like DeTalent's coming up on the inside. Hopefully the spotter is alive here tonight. That he is. DeTalent. There you go.
Yeah.
There's that nice freshies you love to hear. There it goes. Timmons, Conover, Couts, and Arthur down pit road. That leaves us with Reeder, Moats, and Moody.
All right.
And the guy we're riding along with, Dustin Kaleba, who's sitting in that 4th spot right now. Solid run here so far, but Stella, we are looking at 9 laps. 9 laps left to go here in the stage. And then we'll be definitely sprinting toward the end. Holy cow, that was Brady Moats. Looked like he was missing pit road there.
Oh, okay. That's all it was. I didn't. As it left my screen, I saw smoke, and I wasn't sure if we had something worse.
We'll take a look at Moats here as he enters pit road. Oh. Yeah, trying to slow down, trying to use as much real estate as he can. He clips that cone, he's in trouble. So he was close. All right, let's get him back out there. Moats, quick pit stop time of a 6.83. He knows he's got to make it about 9 laps in there, and everybody will pit for tires. So he's got to hurry up and get back out there. But Kaleba thinking better of it, coming down pit road now, which means Finnegan will have the lead, and Ryan Bird will be following along.
Okay. Looks like we will have a different stage winner this round.
That we will. Looking to see if any of these other guys are going to be able to open it up. Malone breaking back into the top 10 again. Sitting now 9th. Not bad. Right now, let's take a look and see where Malone is outside line. Shooting by Josh Conover. He gets 8th. That's going to be Cody Smith in the number 20 in front of him. He's going to take his 14th position gain and knock it down to 13 here. Right now, Malone is running. Right now, last lap of about almost 30 seconds flat. Cody Smith doing just about the same. Not bad here by Jacob Malone. Right now, I'm looking to see if Malone is going to be able to make any headway, as drivers in front have only taken fuel. Blade Timmons only took fuel. Cody Reeder only took fuel. Jake Christenberry looks like maybe 2 tires, seeing we have a 10-second pit stop time. Malone is going to be on the loud pedal here, as he is running about a second faster than all those drivers that remain in front of him. Malone sitting 8th. Smith will be next on his list, but Finnegan leading this race in front of Ryan Bird and Tom Senchak.
Yeah, and if Malone cannot make up on those guys that only took fuel, the caution is going to make everybody back on the, the plate will be even.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. I would then question at some point, some of these guys, how many tires do we have left? Some of these guys have come down multiple times. If this has changed it up a little bit. I love how this is spread out, that the pit strategy is so critical here. Is not just the racing, not just that turn 1 and 2 change, where we're only 20 degrees here, 24 between 3 and 4. It's just so difficult here, seeing how this is going to be done, whether they're going to have enough. Do they have enough? Right now, look at Jacob Malone. Took 4 tires and fuel down pit road. Now, he was able to make up substantial amount of time as he passed Blade Timmons. Next, he's still looking for Cody Smith, but Malone still sits 7th. Now, I know a lot of people out there have been talking Malone's that guy. He's fast, but can he be consistent? Right now, consistently top 10 here, as whatever he has done, he seems to have fixed that race car and undone whatever he did. So this is working out fantastic. But does Malone have enough tires to make it to lap 160 here tonight? He's going to need at least a pit stop, if not 2, to make it to the end. Does he have enough tires?
Okay. I thought you meant like tire tread on the one that he has right now. And there, Cody Reeder he just passed. Or they just exchanged, excuse me. But enough sets in the pit left is what you mean.
Right.
Have enough tires. Okay. I don't know. How many 14-second pit stops has he made?
3?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, they got 5. He can, yeah.
If there's a late stage caution, he's going to be a sitting duck.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So he's going to have to be really careful here and see what he can do.
Well, I wouldn't take them right now at the 99 stage. He just took them 10 laps ago.
Yeah, he took him in lap 77. That's when he put the tires on.
Oh.
Yeah, it'd be kind of suicide not to throw 4 on during the stage. It's at least a planned caution.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So, pit strategy going to be in effect, but it looks like
It
Nathan
is.
Finnegan is going to be our stage winner here out front. Not bad by the 84 Sunny D Chevrolet, as all three Chevrolets come in the top three, followed by Jake Christenberry and Cody Smith's Toyota to round out our top five. We finally find a Ford there with Jacob Malone and Cody Reeder sitting 6 and 7, and Blade Timmons sitting in the 8 Chevrolet. And once again, Toyotas show up here for 9th and 10th of Corey Harville and Tyler DeTalent. DeTalent looking to keep his roll on so far. But Stella, if from the outside looking in, I am looking at least 4 rookies here in the top 10 and at least 2 owners, and that is not bad here, seeing that this is working out very, very well for some of these guys during their teams and how they're collectively coming to a decision of what pit strategy to come up with, and for them all to move up to the front.
Yeah, we have seen in the past and in the past leagues, teams can really make a difference. One thing I'm noticing, though, is I believe Malone is teamless.
Yes. Well, actually, Jacob Malone is actually with Beer Money Racing. He has been flying solo for quite some time, as Joey Stats has not returned back to the track. So Joey Stats is actually the owner here of Beer Money Racing. But Jacob Malone would love to have a little help out there, maybe some tutelage from a seasoned veteran. But right now, he's kind of being hung out to dry. I'm not saying Stats isn't trying to come out here on the track. But, man, right now, I guarantee you there's something out there that everybody's missing, that little piece. And Stella, you and I have broadcast for other leagues before, and I'll bring up a name, and you know exactly which driver I'm talking about. Jeremy Burns was 100% needed that one last piece, and he came out, and once he figured out how to road race, and once he figured out pit strategy, he is now one of the most one of the guys who is almost unbeatable over there at the Racing Revolution League. So that is huge to see that turn around for them. And it's not every time you find a breakthrough for a driver and a team to come through, to watch somebody grow to that next level. Some guys, you know, I'm not going to say, they're like a flat tire. You know, it's going to be what it's going to be. You can throw all the air you want at it, but if they still have a hole in their game, they're never going to be worth anything. So the whole thing is finding the right guy that's willing to soak up that kind of knowledge and use it to his advantage and continue charging forward. And that's exactly what you see out of Jeremy Burns. But right now, I would say somebody like Jacob Malone. Young, he's ambitious, he wants to fight and get forward. He just needs to find the team and get enough guys to help get him in that right direction. Like I would even say drivers like Josh Conover would be a perfect one to ask about. Dustin Kleba would be another driver to ask. Vincent Arthur would be another fantastic driver to get a hold of. Ask that number 24, man, why do you do what you do? And maybe he's just got that little piece of information that you're missing out there, and then you would be able to be even faster or even better than you already are. What happens is you have the guys with the lack of talent out there, Stella, and they just can't pull through. And the key and trying to build from the ground up. This guy has already got solid starts, solid finishes, solid racing. He's just missing that one piece. And if we could just figure out how to get it there, Jacob Malone may be one of those drivers that may just need that little bit of help, and he's got this thing in the bag. I would say also, you know, like Jake Christenberry. We don't talk about Christenberry a lot here, the 93 Toyota. I would love to see him get up toward the front. But Stella, what I love most about this league is that there are so many drivers being able to battle up here in the top 10. It's not the same guys here in the top 10. We're noticing, look at where Dustin Kleba is. 15th. This guy just owned the last time we raced. Vincent Arthur is unfortunately still sitting down pit road here for the 8th time tonight. Okay, he is battling. Aaron Krolick, I mean, this guy was insane. You know, out there at Coda, you know, in the 01. How was this guy back here? You know, Nick Geilis in the number 3. I've seen him tumbling around right outside the top 10. 23rd is where this guy sits. I mean,
some days you get the bear, some days the bear gets
What I'm saying is what I love about this league is it's not the same 3 guys that are in the top 3. You know, these guys are battling every night, and you're not sure. Tom Senchak is a fast name. So is Ryan Bird. Okay, but we've got Nathan Finnegan. The first time I've seen him out here in the 84 Chevrolet, he's out here leading this race right now. You know, Cody Smith, we've seen nothing but bad luck out of this number 20 Toyota out here, and he has been getting smashed and beaten and bruised and can't seem to make up any kind of distance here, which right now it looks like Cody Smith is disconnected here. Oh, no.
Oh, I was just going to ask you if Conover just went down. Somebody looked like, yes. Okay, he didn't go in the pits. He just went down on the apron.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I just saw him get out of line and was interested.
Yeah.
Well, he is gone. I mean...
Gone. Yeah. Well, hopefully we'll see him reconnect. Hopefully this is not a bad turn of events here for the number 20. But it's nice seeing these guys move on up. Right now, the happiest driver out there is going to be Corey Harville. This will allow him to slide up a position. RC will be ready to go out there, or whoever's on the track controlling this race, because they're going to need to clear some black flags. They would assume he's still out there, but he may have to be kind of pushing this through to see if we can go ahead and keep it rolling. Stella, pace truck is off, and this may be the last time that we see the yellow flag out. The green flag is in Barney's hands, and away we go. Lap 104 underway. We run to 160, and I've got a guy already rotating through the grass back here.
And into the pit lane.
Yeah, I think Aaron Krolick is our guy who's broken loose.
Oh, my. Broken? Oh.
I don't know. Something happened here. Is what happened with Aaron Krolick?
Broken.
Oh.
Oh. The infamous accordion. This is why I don't like polka music.
Wow. Stella, I would probably say there's being hands thrown up in the air right now about why there's no caution on this. What happens up here with Nick Gillis? It looks like somebody spins the tires, and it may have been of the 56 of Kevin Gunther spun the tires, and that sends Krolick careening off the track. So no caution comes out. Lap 105 is underway as we kind of miss a little bit of the race here to figure out what happened to Krolick, who is unfortunately, I believe, now down and out of the race here. He is now heading all the way back around the Cody Smith area, which Smith has now reconnected. He's sitting in pit.
Oh. But they ended up giving a tow to Krolick?
Krolick, I believe, has taken it to the garage.
Oh, that far back.
Yeah, well, when no caution comes out, they may go ahead and let iRacing do iRacing. If admin is not going to intervene, that may have been it for Krolick's race there, seeing that he is backwards and down pit road actually backwards. Right now, John DeTalon out there is saying it looked like the Slinky effect. Yeah, that was pretty much it.
Yes.
One guy spins, they all go, and the worst part is, if you pass before that start-finish line, all those guys would have been black flagged.
Yeah, jeez.
Yeah. Talk about a heartbreaker, which, speaking of which, Tom Senchak looking to get another position back here as Blade Timmons is caught on the high side. This is the battle for second. Chevrolet's all in the top 5 here as Tom Senchak, oh yeah, drops down to the bottom between 1 and 2 here as he slides down and in front of the 23. The 23 with a much favorable, more conservative line here is going to have a lot more speed, but he decides to shave a little bit of that off as he takes that safety barrier wall and moves it back just a couple more inches.
I love the way you put that. Yeah, I was watching 48 and 49, Conover and Bird back here, kind of giving each other a little bit of rear view racing. And but so far, Conover has been able to hold his spot.
Yeah, Conover still moving around. That is 4th position is where he is. Ryan Bird sits 5th. Let's pan over and find him. Right now, the Orchard Moon Machine and the 49 Chevrolet tracing down the 48. And not too bad here by these two guys. I know they've been definitely doing a lot of work together, especially out there. Right now, Josh Conover with Flatline Motorsports is trying to figure out how to work with Blade Timmons, who sits 3rd in front of him. Couple of guys trying to shuffle a few things up. Brady Motes, along with Flatline Motors, is sitting now in 8th. And they're looking for George as he is battling to hold on to the top 10. But it looks like Kaliba's going to go ahead and take that from him. Not a favorable turn exit out of 1 and 2 here, so that looks like it's going to be the number 5 caught to the outside. Powerade Machine going to run out of electrolytes here, and now Dustin Kleba slides into 10th, right behind Jacob Malone. Malone watching the battle in front of him as Dylan Dunford comes out of nowhere. Quick blink, and number 8 Chevrolet comes up into 7th position, and on the outside is going to be the number 19 of Brady Moats. Right now, that's Chevron number 8, trying to see if he can find another angle in. No can do. Malone takes a dangerous outside move. He must think he's Dick Trickle out there, trying to hold on to the edge of the wall here, and that's definitely not happening. 69 getting way loose here, trying to hold on. They're going to remain side by side coming through on lap 112.
Yeah, Dylan Dunford there is not exactly tight. He's a little loose himself there, but ooh, they're getting so close. Don't in my book, don't get so close that netcode can foil you.
Yeah, right now we hear Jacob Malone having to do a little bit of shifting out there. Change a few things up, see if he can get a little more turn power, which is seeming to work here so far. Not so bad for these other guys out there who really really working this. We are taking a look off the back of Jacob Malone here at Dylan Dunford. Dunford loses his run as they head into 1 and 2 here. And that goes ahead and finishes it off. Finnegan actually kind of almost pulling an upset here, leading this race way out in front of Tom Senchak, as Senchak still plays chase. Senchak wanting to lead some laps here and get out front. Top 5 have yet to be broken, but we are under caution. And I believe Blake Hoppy is our guy.
Somebody just...
Wow, get plenty of the pit road there. This is the number 11 Toyota. Down and out, that's going to be another one here. Right now, Logan Monteith still out there on the track. If he can get around about 6 more times, he's going to pass Kralik. Yeah, give it to Logan Monteith for continuing to roll on through. Let's take a look and see what happened to Hoppy here.
Where did everybody go?
Oh, I hope this isn't a glitch out toe. This would be so dumb.
Yep.
Come on.
Hang on.
Nothing.
Wow.
Yep.
No way.
Yeah, I've seen penalties for less than that.
My heavens. I thought for sure we had something going on and
yeah, I'm looking to see if I can see Cody Smith here. Everything else looking good. Let's see if there's any kind of yellow flag out here. Yeah, everything pretty solid out there on the track. No issues.
No kidding.
Yep, just for him stopping on the track. There he is on the inside.
Isn't that something?
Here comes Smith down pit road, and I believe he goes in and takes it back to the garage.
I was going to say, because he stopped in the first stall and blinked. Out. Okay. But it put him in the pit anyway.
In the midst of all that, Stella, Kralik, Smith, and Hoppy have taken it back to the garage tonight. After really doing battle there for between 102 and 110 laps for the 3 of these guys. Looks like they will not be returning. Means Logan Monteith has the opportunity to move all the way up to 26th.
All right.
Yeah, I know it's kind of a small feed here and kind of a golf clap out there for him, for Logan Monteith, kind of real quiet and in the background. But hey, you got to take the wins where you can get them, better than finishing dead last in 30th.
Yeah, or DNF, you're not finishing at all.
Yeah.
So.
All right, well, let's talk a little bit about some strategies out there. Nathan Finnegan, only driver not to pit. Everybody else came down on 114.
Oh, really?
But Bird and Kleba looks like 9.5 seconds for both of them. That may be only fueling back out there on old tires.
I would think so, but I like it. Maybe this is the situation where you were saying these guys, they have to hang on to one set of tires for that last late stage caution, late race caution. So
Yeah.
they're swinging it now without. You're
Possibly.
going commando.
It's gonna be close. Let's see if I can find what Justin Kleba did. I'm gonna see if I can see where. Oh. All right. There's Kleba's choice. I'm looking to see if we can find what these guys chose to do down pit road.
Okay.
There's Bird and the 49.
He doesn't have a number on his hanger. He has an Air Jordan.
Alrighty. Right side tires for Bird and Kleba. Finnegan has not pit since lap 100. Everybody else coming down at 114, and it looks like 4 tires for everybody. Tyler DeTalon with an extra amount of time down pit road, though, 31.5 seconds. Corey Harville with a 21.5. And Vincent Arthur getting our most visited pit award, 10 tonight. Comes back down for a 26.77 pit stall time.
Yeah, I'd almost love to know what the heck is going on.
I don't know, but the left side of that car is tore up.
It is, and that's the left side. It's not even like he's scraping the wall with the right side.
Right.
Yeah, that extended time took the talent right out of the top 10. Oh,
Yep.
he's sitting 14th now.
Yep.
Okay.
Talent drops down to 14th. Choose Cone also assists with that as well. Malone sits 9th. Moats is sitting in front of him with Conover, and it looks like Moody will be starting to his outside. Green flag about to fly here. 84 machine on old tires. Away he goes. Looks like that doesn't hurt at all to get started. Finnegan, excellent start here. Looks like Kleba's going to be playing chase. Outside tires for these two here in the front, Kleba and Bird. That's going to work out very well. Let's see if they're able to run down their leader. So far, side by side out here in the front already, Conover looks like he's getting hooked. Look at how Malone wants to pass him, and it looks like Conover's not going to have any of it.
Well, he's not going to make it easy for him. Let's just put it that way.
Well, Stella, if you want to talk about getting upset when guys get turned around, that's one way to get turned around. Is you get out in front of somebody like that when they've got the run, they're gonna bump you. If you end up facing the field, I don't want to hear it. All right, let's take a look at Jacob Malone. Right now, that is Christenberry working on his outside here. Yes. So far, so good. Looks like everything nice and clean. I'm hoping that both Malone and Conover do not have any damage from that little scuffle that they have. Now that we get single file all the way back here to at least the 10th position back there with Dylan Dunford. We finally get back under green, though, as we get a quick caution there. It started at lap 111. I believe it was about 111, 115 as Hoppy was down a few laps. And that is going to go ahead and kind of round out our night, hopefully continuing on through with 40 laps left to go. Tom Senchak now is picking up the pace. Now, I don't know how in the world guys start doing this later on in the run, but Tom Senchak and Ryan Bird, both of them now nailing their fastest times out there on the track. Senchak hit a 29.65, but Ryan Bird laughs at that time and hits a 29.56, and Kleba with a 29.57 as Kleba takes the lead. Around he goes, and now Ryan Bird with his set of right side tires is going to slice under Nathan Finnegan. As the Chevy sits in farther to the back, Dustin Kleba's Ford charges forward, and Jake Christenberry's number 93 Toyota sits in 7th. Right now we've got a gaggle of Chevrolets here in the top 5, but Kleba's Ford showing how that Ford power is done. Out front he's going to go, but Finnegan still putting up a fight here as Tom Senchak hits yet another fast time with a 29.56, his fastest time here of the night, as he ties Ryan Bird for the fastest time on the track. Right now, they are picking up the pace here later stages of this race, as the rubber builds up on the track, Stella, the speed is starting to gain as well.
Yeah, I'm wishing that Senchak and Bird would notice. Watch when he comes up behind him. That's when they work together.
Yep,
And
three wide here as we get right now as Ryan Bird sits in the center. Tom Senchak wants it. Looks like Nathan Finnegan's going to get caught up close to the wall, but Senchak is going to keep him tight up toward the top. Three wide still coming to the line right now. They're door to door with Finnegan and Bird. Senchak throwing his hat into the ring here. I love the call. Now's a good time to get these two bashed together,
yes.
and that is going to work. Senchak gets not one, but 2 positions gained, giving him 17 positions gained on the night. Next for Tom Senchak, Dustin Kleba.
Yeah, that was a beautiful pass. I was looking at the point that if he stuck to the front and back of him there, they were going to be able to pass Finnegan, but not working alone. And there they worked together, and life is good. Blink.
Yep, Bird's still working on keeping that 3rd position. Nathan Finnegan's still going to be holding this outside line here. Let's move up to the front. Battle for the lead as now Kleba sticks to the top. Remember, we were talking earlier about pit road and definitely how these guys decide to come down pit. Tom Senchak says, you know what's better than 2-4? As around Tom Senchak goes, and he goes in and gets the lead. Kleba now going to be playing chase, and now Ryan Bird wants a little bit of Kleba down to the bottom. He's going to run underneath that 49 Chevrolet, continuing the charge, and they said, I'll show you. Chevrolet's 1 and 2. Kleba his Ford is going to be battling to hold on to second, but I don't think he's going to have it, as Bird is really going to press his luck here. Almost side by side these guys go, heading out of 4. Ryan Bird's got him clear, but not quite, as Kleba picks up a little space coming out of 4 to get lap number 127 underway. The battle still continues here, 4th second. Ryan Bird sends it a little deeper into turn 1 and 2, and that's going to allow him to get pulled away from Kleba. And now Bird is trying to figure out how he's going to catch up to Senchak, as now the battle for a second between Bird and Kleba has allowed a half a second gain by Senchak.
Yeah, that's a half a second is definitely, but Kleba is wishing he had those other 2 tires back right now. Finnegan's got to snug up to the back of him, or they're both going to be left in the dust.
Yep, all right, we'll keep an eye on that. I want to do is definitely check back on Brady Moats. Moats is now taking a look at Dylan Dunford there for just a moment. I know we've been talking about the talent a little bit. He is just peeking outside, but now let's outside the top 10. But Moats looks like he was looking to the outside of Dylan Dunford there. Dunford definitely shuts the door on him, does not allow him by. So once again, Stella, we're seeing a lot of offensive and defensive driving out here, not just kind of single file and guys marching through, but already kind of a little shuffle up here as Moats has got somebody there on the inside. Definitely a quick little move there. If I'm not mistaken, that should be the 43, I believe. And the 43, definitely trying to see if he can squeeze on through. And right now, Stella, I'm not showing a 43 out here on my chart.
The only one I saw I thought was Hendrickson.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. Hendrickson right now in the 43 Toyota. Yes, he is sitting down there in that 24th. That's who I was looking for. I was trying to see if I could definitely narrow down who that was. Senchak still leading this one with Bird sitting second, and 1 second behind the leader is going to be Dustin Kleba. Kleba definitely hanging his head a little bit. He enjoyed his time in the light out front, but now it's Tyler DeTalent's turn. Outside here for the 56, and the 56, unfortunately, he's sitting a lap down. That's Kevin Gunther to the inside, and right now DeTalent, the driver he's actually looking for is the 8 Chevrolet, who's sitting right in front of him as Brady Moats has passed him. He knows it's possible. DeTalent trying to pick up the pace here, but he's got less than 30 laps to get it done.
Yeah, 30 laps, though, a lot can change. We can have another caution, have a bunch of tires. We have another blinker in Dylan Dunford. Yeah, lots of things. 30 laps, we can do that.
Yeah, right now we're taking a look here at Moats, a second and a half before he can find the next driver of Josh Conover, who sits in 8th. Chevrolet is mostly here in the top 10. Dustin Kleba and Jacob Malone. Malone, not bad here, by the number 69 Ford slides back into 5th. Looks like he's got Jake Christenberry sitting right behind him as they are reeling in Kleba. Now, both these guys have taken 4 tires. Remember, Ryan Bird and Kleba have only taken 2. Interesting to see if Nathan Finnegan is able to hold out this long. I think he may be kind of rally capping on another caution happening out here tonight. I know he could definitely use one for sure, as he would love to come down and throw his last set of tires on and let this one rip out here tonight. So far, so good. Right now, we are seeing Malone going ahead and sending Kleba not 1 but 2 spots back. And now Malone sits 4th. Finnegan will be next on his list, but right now that is about another second away. So that may do it for our guys here. We'll check back on them here in just a second. But I do want to rotate back here to Ryan Ferraro. Ferraro trying to chase down DeTalent, and right now that is DeTalent passing underneath of Dylan Dunford. Finally gets a hold of him here, and so close at the line, nobody can make a determination who got that one. I think Dunford actually led that lap, but right now 10th through, I believe, 14th, all rookies, as they continue this race here. Stella, right now we're coming up on almost 25 laps left to go. This is going to be a close one, I think, even to the end.
It is. It's good to see the talent above that cutoff line. But we have a lot of guys that are mixed in with this now that are a couple laps down. Boy, got a little squirrely there heading into pit.
Yeah, well, speaking of heading down into pit, Ryan Bird and Ryan Ferraro, our new pit guys who are coming down. I was going to say residents now as we get ready to go, which does leave Senchak out in front by 2.5 seconds over top of Nathan Finnegan. This is huge right now for Tom Senchak, as he can almost smell victory lane from here. This is going to be very, very close, though, although they are going to need to pit, and Nathan Finnegan, all the way from lap 100, he chooses now to pit.
Wow. Well, you have said this before, though, that this is when you come down, is when it's about 20 to 25 laps, put on that last set of tires, and then you make up the time and weave your way through with those wonderful fresh tires. Now, if there's a caution between now and the end, yeah, all bets are off.
All right, well, let's keep our eye here on Blade Timmons, who's right now battling for 5th. Right now, he's still trying to move on through. Josh Conover's moved up to 4th, and that does leave Brady Motes down in the 6th position, kind of watching all this happening behind him. Remember, we are still battling around some lapped cars out there. And Stella, we've heard him multiple times, leaders talk about, the lap cars need to get out of the way. They need to move. They're too slow. But right now, that 43 seems to be holding his own here. As long as he's not causing any problems, I think everybody would really enjoy having a little bit of a challenge out there, even if he is a lap down. You know, right now, this is causing some trouble out there for actually Brady Motes. We saw it cause some trouble out there for Josh Conover, and these guys are trying to get around him. But they are still rocking on through. Let's give Jake Christenberry a little time in the light here, as he is the lead out front, finally getting a Toyota out there into the lead. But when does Christenberry consider pitting here? Lap 114, Jake Christenberry came down, and we're going to have to see him squeeze in another pit stop before the end. I would probably say that's a good chance. Right now, will Christenberry take tires, though?
That's, if he's got them, take them. Would be my thought.
Yeah, if not, probably put another 4 to 5 gallons and back out onto the track. Don't want to waste any time. Got to be in and out as fast as possible. Let's check in on Conover as he is snugging up behind Dustin Kleba. All the makes and models sitting here in the top 5, led by a Toyota. 2 Fords sitting 2nd and 3rd, and Chevrolets 4th and 5th. But we start the mix up yet again. Here we go. Brady Mote sits now 6th. Blade Timmons, don't want to forget him as he hangs out in 5th. DeTalent, not bad. 7th position for him as he has continued battling around a little bit of lap traffic, but he's been actually following some lap traffic. Gunther still rocking it out there as he is in the 56 Toyota. And this has really been rocking so far. So good for DeTalent. Cody Reeder, he's all the way back here in 8th, and he is still chasing as Dylan Dunford is almost fallen off the map. 30.41 seconds here for Dylan Dunford, his last lap time. We come to the line in 30.52. So another 10th lost here by Dylan Dunford. He would love to work on a little more speed, but check this out. We've got some trouble. And take a guess as to why Mr. Bird is flying.
For freshies, get out of the way.
4 tires and fuel for Ryan Bird, now charging forward, as well as Tom Senchak. Both these guys sitting 17th and 18th out there on the track. And that should be DeTalent working his way down pit road along with Cody Dorsey. Both those two guys. Senchek, definitely hot time. Great pit stop. In and out. Yes, he is. And he is going to continue to roll forward as he gets in and out of pit lane almost 7/10 faster than Ryan Bird. That is going to pay off huge dividends out there on the track if Tom Senchek can keep his pace. Right now, that is him creeping up on Malone here. Malone is right now our second place driver. Yes, it is. Right now, Malone, not bad. Almost returning back to the lead as Christenberry has got a good string of luck here as he is dropping down to almost 154 miles an hour to start making some of these turns. Malone doing the same. So that is Ryan Bird may have a chance of actually getting back on his lead lap here without having to wait for the leaders to pit, which is huge.
Yes. Yes, that's an understatement. I am curious to see how that holds up. So we've got, Malone is still, though, 4 seconds. Oh,
Caution.
We have a caution.
Caution out. Cody Dorsey may be our guy around. I'm wondering if a set of fresh tires has definitely caused it. You can see the streaks into the wall.
Oh, no.
Oh, that almost changes everything. Christenberry will have a chance to pit. But do they have any tires? Christenberry and Malone.
We shall see.
Boy, that's going to be close. Right now, guys who are on the lead lap and guys who are laps down. I am unsure if Ryan Bird made the pass on Christenberry. If not, he's going to be a lap down. So we'll keep an eye. I'll keep you guys apprised here. Let's go ahead and take a look back at our caution here as what happened as the number 9 if he looped it here. Oh, we're slowing down for pit. Oh, the tires. Oh!
Whoa.
DeTalent.
Oh.
I think that was DeTalent.
Did you see the Hail Melon? Oh, yeah, that hurts. That hurts. With 17 to go, that is painful.
All right, we're riding with Tyler DeTalent here.
Yeah, his wheel is gone. We have no activity.
Yeah, he's still turning though. Yeah, we'll keep an eye out there and see how this.
Oh man, right front damage. Oh, almost all front damage. Oh, he's locked up in the front right wheel.
Yep.
Ah, yeah. That's a sour end to his race.
Well, John DeTalent, sorry out there. It does not look like Cody Dorsey's going to have the opportunity to apologize there to Tyler. Looks like he gets way. Boy, who was that? Vincent Arthur who just barely missed it.
I don't know, but watch this. Yeah, that was the Hail Melon I was talking about to get around.
Yeah, that was Kerberg. He ran out of room.
But did he blink out? Did he hit his 24 at the end of that move?
No, I do not believe so.
Okay. He just left the screen.
Yeah, he just kind of comes way late into this. Caution's already out.
Yeah. Can't.
Yeah, just committed.
Oh. But.
He's back.
All right.
That's okay.
Yep. Okay. I lost him off the side of the screen. I thought he was gone.
All right, even Tyler out there, he's not happy with what's going on.
Yes.
I don't blame him one bit here. This is
No.
this is tough. That's definitely a heartbreaker there right at the end. Yeah, I think that is Vincent Arthur. Just barely misses him here. Boy, that's close.
Yeah, but it put a hurting on that car. Yeah, because he's still moving up toward the wall. That's amazing. All right, so what are the chances we can see what our leaders did with their tire choice? Ooh, we had a change in leadership.
Yes. 7.8 seconds here by Blade Timmons.
When was the last time he had a nice long pit stop?
It's been a bit.
It's been a bit. Oh.
It's been a bit. Kristen Berry all the way back. 4 tires and fuel for all. Which leaves Blade Timmons a sitting duck here.
Ooh, it does.
Right now, the guy who is right now feeling on top of the world, that guy. This couldn't have gone any better.
Yeah, he's made some hellacious inroads as far as getting back up here to the front, but he still has 2 to go.
Right. Well, I think his biggest deal right here, Jake Christenberry's going to have to get a good start. Malone's going to follow behind Timmons on this one. He's got to break around Christenberry. I think the 48 is going to be a menace out here. I think Conover's going to want him. As that 48's had his number all night here. And Malone may return the favor of that block down the backstretch that he received earlier.
Have we seen the 2 of them get into it and take out half the field right close to the end of a race before?
Also, I do want to point out Vincent Arthur, with
Yes?
as many times as this guy's pit, 11 times, 8th position.
No kidding.
Yeah.
What are you... Okay.
Vincent Arthur, the phoenix of this race, rising again.
Yes. He looks like he has the ashes on him. He's about the same color as the track right now.
Yep. Blade Timmons, Jacob Malone, Jake Christenberry, Josh Conover. 12 laps left to go. We are back under green. Out in front, Blade Timmons gets the great jump. Malone sits in second, and not bad. Looks like Josh Conover slides into third. So far, so good, as it looks like Brady Moats is on a huge rollback here. Tom Senchak is sitting 12th. Huge mess up here in the front row.
Yes, it's like only 1 row ran.
Yeah, Christenberry looks like he may have missed a shift here. Falls all the way back to 5th.
Oh.
Look at the gap that has been created now. That gives Christenberry a second lead over top of Thomas Walter. Walter going to have to play chase now. And this is going to go ahead and separate the top 6 drivers from the rest of the field. All right, let's see how this goes. Josh Conover gets into the lead. Conover in front. Malone is pinched. This is going to work out very well for Conover. Right now, Cody Reeder trying to work his way through in the 17 Ford, as KPR Motorsports has a driver in the top 5.
Ooh.
Dustin Kleba sits 12th, looking to see if they can squeak on by. 10 laps left to go. Yeah, Josh Conover has Jacob Malone right behind him now. The 2 rookies getting ready to go back at it yet again. As all this is happening in front, Nathan Finnegan starting to lay down some of his faster times out here tonight. 29.92 and a 29.36. No one has touched a 29.3 anything.
Wow.
Yeah, right now, Nathan Finnegan sitting back there in that 13th spot, not happy about what has happened in the later stages of this race. So we'll stick up here to our top 6 drivers right now within 10 laps. This is going to be definitely dicey all the way to the end. We'll see if this plays out. Malone getting a run. Checks up. Decides not to make an attack right now if Malone isn't careful. That guy right there, Cody Reeder in the number 17 Ford, he's going to make the move for him. There he goes, down to the bottom. That's going to leave Malone hanging out toward the top here. So the Porter Cable Ford, he's going to be following the 17 here in just a moment. Is right now the 69 making contact. Yeah, right now, I don't see where Malone is nudging the edge of him here. And now Vincent Arthur comes into play. Vincent Arthur starting to help the Flatline Motorsports team. As him and Josh Conover are sitting now 1 and 3. Malone needs to shut the door and not let Vincent Arthur back up. I know he would like to get a better angle. But will Christenberry help Malone? So far, the 93. Toyota not thinking about it yet, and right now Conover's starting to drive away with this.
Yeah, if I didn't know better, I would say that Malone is having trouble with that car again. It's almost a shimmying out there, like a mermaid tail. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, well, Vincent Arthur sliding around as well. It doesn't seem anybody has any kind of traction out there. Malone would love to get down toward the paint. He's a paint driver at this track, so the higher up he is, he can't get this thing to hook. Finally gets it to connect, but as we ride along here with Jake Christenberry, as he is passing Vincent Arthur just barely here, as these guys are side by side. There he is, down there on the bottom. Right now, it's looking like Vincent Arthur may try to get him yet again. Trying to see if he can squeeze past, gets the draft help there from Malone, pulls through. And now Vincent Arthur going to have to use up a little more of that right side percentage here as that tire wear starts setting in. 3 seconds between 6th place and the leader. Harville wanting to play catch-up here and is praying for a late race caution. That way he can have another shot at diving into the top 5. But Conover leading this one. Cody Reeder sits 2nd. Malone remains in 3rd. And the battle for 4th and 5th still remains undecided yet, as right now these two are still doing battle. 4 laps left to go.
Yeah, this is beautiful. I mean, I love this kind of racing. I wish everybody else was
Something's
up here.
happened to Harville here in the back.
And Christenberry just took off a piece of the wall, too. But, yeah.
Uh-oh.
We are not under caution.
No, we are not. Harville's coming down in the pit. Oh, what?
Yeah.
Now we'll see what came out with that. All right, now Jay's saying he can type again. I wonder if we had a keyboard crash. 2 laps left to go here. Conover in the front. Cody Reeder sitting 2nd. Jacob Malone is our 3rd place driver. Looks like this may be our 1, 2, 3 here, Stella. I don't see anybody catching anybody at this point in the race. Let's rotate back. I want to check on Tom Senchak. Yep, Senchak down to the bottom where the 57 is. 57 to Thomas Walter. We haven't talked about Walter at all. His rookie status now being challenged as he now falls down 1 position, only giving him 13. White flag is out. Reeder's going to try to make a move here on Conover in the front. Down to the inside, Reeder goes. No can do. Reeder going to rotate up the track, see if he can get a little more turn exit speed, but he is going to lose valuable time from that turn. Valuable time. Kleba picks up another position to Dylan Dunford here. Right now, Kleba on the inside. So far, so good. Looking good. And this is the leader here. Right now, this is Josh Conover for the win.
Outstanding.
Not bad. Ooh! Dylan Dunford gets over top of Dustin Kleba.
Yeah, there were some last-minute little, sticking moves before the line there. Nice to see Senchak made it back to the top 10. Bird was not quite so lucky.
Look at this battle here. This is actually for the 6th position. Dylan Dunford gained 22 here on the night.
Yeah, he was a non-qualifier, and Thomas Walter was an EOL tonight. So for both of them to end up in the top 10 is just shows tenacity.
Yeah. Awesome job here. All right, Josh Conover, our winner here of the night. Fantastic job here by Conover. He's out there doing burnouts with Vincent Arthur, a teammate.
All right.
Wow. Conover, Reeder, Malone, Vincent Arthur, and Jake Christenberry. Dylan Dunford, Dustin Kleba, Thomas Walter, Tom Senchak, and Nathan Finnegan round out our top 10. 15 drivers still remain on the lead lap. That means at least half the field ended up going a lap down. Unsure the reason there for the 77 going down and out of Corey Harville. That actually sent him back to the 18th position instead of 7th.
3 laps shy. Yeah, that was... So how far did no, I won't. Where's our next page? Aha. 27th. All right.
Yeah, that's pretty tough out there. I know some of these guys were definitely trying to have a better night, and especially with how this next week goes. If you thought this was a throw up, toss up race, I would.
Oh,
We're not even close. Next week is going to be even rougher. So we'll talk a little bit about it as Josh Conover goes ahead and gets his Polish lap underway. We thank Adam Kowicki for that, and we'll be right back here, guys. Alrighty, everybody, we catch up with our third place finisher, Jacob Malone, there with Beer Money Racing. Man, oh man, you almost had the pole here tonight, but looks like somebody robbed it from you just at the end of Blade Timmons. But you almost come away with a win here tonight. Dude, what was going on with the car after these pit stops?
Well, I kind of like messed my whole strategy up in the start of the second stage, made me drop back. I didn't take tires that time around, but I was able to fight back, get back up into the top 5, and I kind of got stuck there. It was pretty difficult to pass, and you had to get lucky at times. Just hope for mistakes from other people, and that's how I was able to find my way into third. Overdrove it into 1 and 2, which is how Josh got the lead because I was trying to make a move on Blade. That was probably what killed the finish of the race for me.
Well, we looked at even middle of the race, and I don't know if any adjustment was made or anything like that. Your car looked insanely tight after a quick pit stop, even after the first stage. You got back out there, and then all of a sudden, it almost looked like the front end wasn't turning for you anymore. Was the track changing, or was there an adjustment made, or what? Why did the car look like it was plowing here?
Well, end of stage 1, I was just trying to keep tires smooth because I wasn't going to pit for stage 2's caution because I was trying to save a set of tires. And so it kind of looked like I was driving tight, but I was just trying to withhold it as much as possible and drive as straight as possible. Then stage 2, I completely lost all handling in the car because of how I was on older tires than everyone else.
that's the
But
one we saw.
yeah, and then once we finally got to that pit stop in stage 2, it kind of was fixed, but I got stuck behind dirty air and it kind of made me tight. The biggest issue I had tonight was air. Nothing else but air.
Hmm.
Yeah,
That's a
just
lousy competitor, you know.
Yep.
yeah. Well,
That's
definitely.
a hard one to beat against.
Yeah, when clean air is not there, it definitely kind of bogs the engine down and it doesn't make it any easier. A lot of guys were out there fighting a little bit of door drafting. I think I saw a couple of drivers actually nudging up against you, and actually I thought you got put into the wall at one point or kind of later into the stage.
Yeah, I think I was like kind of run into the wall. It's not a big deal. I was able to recover, but I mean, it's just the second lane in 3 and 4. It's like you can't run too high, or else you're gonna either spin or get super tight. So I was squeezing people, and I think that kind of made them wash up into me a few times. I know some people just wouldn't turn to the inside for the outside car, so they would just screw with the outside car, which was what was happening to me sometimes. But I was also doing quite a bit of squeezing, trying to just get any bit I can for an edge.
Oh yeah, well you got to. That's the only way. You gotta force your will or make them think about it. You want to definitely push them down the track. which there will be plenty of track next week. I always say this track is it could be in anybody. We head to Dega. I know 3 wide racing's capable, but I could say you even start from the back, you can win it. You know, what's the strategy heading into that race?
Well, I might do the same thing I did at Daytona, which almost got me the win before spinning on the last lap while leading. But the biggest goal is find people to work with and be friends, which I don't got that many. I hope my teammates there. But, you know, if we can get that situated, I feel like I can go get a win there. It's going to be tough, though, especially with Josh's team and Vincent's team. They have, like, strategy and just team performance over everyone else at the moment.
Man,
so
that's exactly what I was going to ask. Are we going to see Joey Stats back out there so we get the two of you guys trying to work together to fight that track?
Yeah, I'm kind of worried, though. I have a feeling that I'm going to end up flipping in turns 3 and 4 somehow.
Oh,
But
no.
All right, Stella, mark that down if he calls it. All
my
right, Jacob
predictions
Malone.
are usually right.
Shout out time, brother.
My family for watching. Thank you guys for watching the race. Shout out to Beer Money Racing for giving me this amazingly fast car that almost put me on pole. Very close, got a bit tight there. Shout out to Joey Stats, of course, for giving me this opportunity, and shout out to NORA. It's been a lot of fun these past few weeks.
Alrighty, Jacob. Congratulations on your 3rd place finish. Definitely as a rookie, you were definitely making a statement out here. Definitely rocking it out there in the 69 Ford, and I hope you were able to get some more teammates out there. Jacob Malone, congratulations, and we'll catch you next week.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You too. All right, that's going to do it for our 3rd place finisher. Let's see if we can get a hold of the team owner right now of Cody Reeder. Cody, talk to me here, man. This race, you were kind of quiet out here most of the night, but we ended up coming away with a 2nd place finish. How did we do it?
Yeah, just chipping away. I kind of killed myself with some stupid pit road penalties and had some damage, had to get fixed. But yeah, at one point, there was a long green flag run. That's where it's kind of my specialty is green flag runs, which we just haven't had a lot of them this year. So it's not really played into my racing style. But yeah, got some good green flag runs. Luckily, some strategy finally went my way at the end. And from there, I was just trying to hunt Josh down, just came up a little bit short.
Man, but we get away from the short tracks and move to the 1.5 miles. So it seemed you guys started getting more comfortable as the race went. Was this race a good length for you, or would another 10 laps have changed this tonight?
Oh, I'm just gonna say it. Another 3 or 4 laps may have changed it. No offense to Josh, I think he was starting to give up a little bit to me there. So I wish it would. I wish I had a little bit more time. In fact, I wish that last caution didn't come out at all because I was good on fuel. Yeah. But yeah, I love racing Josh. It's hard racing. It's clean, and we just have a good time. So.
Man, oh man, yeah. And driver who did make it on fuel, Will Harville out there was saying he was 3 laps short on fuel. How close was fuel here tonight for most of these guys? I noticed that was a big pit strategy out there, not just the tires, but really the timing of when to pit out here tonight.
Yeah, it was interesting because the stages you just couldn't go all the way on fuel. So some guys pitting halfway through the stage, some guys are pitting late. So it was kind of a mixed bag of strategies there. But at the end, everybody just went to save mode. I had pitted on 1 to green, so I had more fuel than everybody. I saved really heavily at the start and was able to pass some guys saving later, which, like I said, I didn't want that caution because I think I was going to be in a good spot to potentially win. But 2nd place, I can't complain about it. It was a good finish.
All right. Well, I know you're going to be looking for a win here pretty soon. Talladega's next week. Is that the one?
I'd love to say yes, but when I get to those restrictor plates, it's all about helping the team get locked into the playoffs. So if you see me, I'm going to be on the 6 car or the 16 cars bumper. So yeah, that's the goal next week is try and get Dustin locked in. If something happens early, then of course I'll go for it. But we'll see. We usually do good on the drafting tracks.
All right, well, Dustin Kaleba was been all over the track here tonight. Started from the back, got in the front, did some leading, was able to squeeze it by even for a stage win, and then still fought all the way back for a 7th place, but not as good as you sitting in 2nd, man. Definitely can't wait to see what you and your team can do. Shout-out time.
Yeah, actually, I just want to take a second. This is more the product that if people are watching and thinking this league's a joke over the last couple of weeks, we haven't been really proud of that. This is more so what you're going to see throughout the season from us. Longer green flag runs, strategies, occasional cautions, yes, but good racing overall. But just got to thank you guys, broadcasting. Thanks to my team, KPR Motorsports, Dustin. His finish doesn't really. He had a good finish, just didn't really show how fast he actually was tonight. But VinQ coming on board. Got to shout out the sponsor and my family. Let me do this every week, and of course, God for putting me in the situation where I can do this.
All righty, Cody Reeder, appreciate you, buddy. And don't forget to share the link, man, out there. That way everybody can see how you fought your way up to the front and put that 17 Ford into second place. Congratulations, and we'll see how you do at Talladega.
Thank you very much.
All right, Stella. We head to the man, the myth, the legend, our race winner here of the night. And I know you're pretty excited about talking to him and seeing how he did here tonight. Another couple of laps right now. Cody Reeder says he may have had him dead to rights, but we'll see if Josh Conover says otherwise. And we'll talk to him. We'll kind of poke Josh a little bit here as the rookie comes away with a win. Josh, 48 Chevrolet comes in for a win here. Paint scheme the cause?
Little bush latte for you.
There you go.
Apple, no less.
Yeah, Apple. All right, well, talk to me about this race, man. I've got to know, and probably the viewers want to know, do you have anything going on out there with Jacob Malone? Is it a battle for the rookie status out there?
More so a young gun and the savvy veteran, whatever. I don't even know whatever term they use for the veterans. I know it says rookie, but obviously
Yeah.
the truck series for points for whatever it is, 5 years now. This is year 6, so I finally moved up to Cup, and he kind of just joined us last year. So he's a younger kid, a little aggressive. Some guys will say, some guys will also use some choice words, but I'll just say aggressive. So we've been trying to talk to him to have him tone it down some, kind of earn some respect back of some of the guys. And no, I personally haven't had an issue with him. I think we got the other once, but it was a happened, whatever, I'm over it type deal. Yeah, exactly, actually. And we just run hard now. I mean, I'm sure we were side by side a couple times tonight, and I don't think we actually ever touched. It might have been close, but it was clean, and we were both happy, I guess. I know he wanted to win, but we were all happy with how the racing was.
Ooh, which brings me up to the backstretch. It looked like he was swinging down to almost send it 3 wide, but you chose for him not to do that. You got down in front of him and brought that run to a halt. That's what I was kind of pointing toward is he had a decent run, but man, we went way out of our way to make sure he wasn't going to squeeze in there. I mean, I was just making sure we mirror driving a little bit.
Yeah, running last night and even just years prior. I think Texas, had a playoff race, I believe, years prior. It's just the way I run turn 1. I like the wider arc, a little easier entry, have a better exit for setting up the backstretch in turn 3 because you're in the gas most of the time. And it just opens up the dive bombs in turn 1, and then not really the dive bombs, but the runs into turn 3 where guys, will take you 3 wide, stuff like that. And I actually thought we were already 3 wide, so I didn't want to go in there 4 wide. So I was kind of watching the mirror, saw him with a run, and kind of started to poke his nose. So I kind of, came down a little bit, tried to block it off, and he got the hint and backed out, and we both lived on to fight out for the rest of the race.
Okay, well, that's what I was wondering. I said, boy, I looked intentional. I wasn't sure. Really keep poking. But, man, there's going to be plenty of blocking next week at Talladega. Kind of how does that super speedway race kind of translate coming away from Texas with this 1.5-mile track?
Oh, boy. Well, I'm sure a couple of us are glad you don't have to worry about tire management. That's a big thing. I learned tonight that I hate this tire model, just to put it somewhat nicely. But no, you'll see. I know he was already saying when we were flipping guys around, when you were talking to Reeder, he was going to stick with us because between my flatline guys, Brady and his Dark Star guys, and then occasionally Nick and his Nightmare guys, we all work together. You see 12, if we can fill out all 4 of our rides, 12 of us just all in a line working together. Chevy Alliance, like you see in real life, Chevys and Fords and whatnot. It's just who's got the most friends. You might see some guys come out of the woodwork and run because it's Dega, and everybody can win. So I don't know. If you would have told me I'd have 2 wins though by race, what is this, 9? I would have said you were crazy. I know Kleba's still got, he's due for probably 3 or 4 normally a year. Vinny got his first last week, but he's due for 2 or 3 more. And same for Bird. He's had him and Kleba both probably the worst luck out of any of the Champ 4 from last year. So he's due for, like I said, another 2 or 3 more as well. It's crazy how quick these guys are to not have the wins so far.
Yeah, but I think that's also a great part about the National Oval Race Association. It's not the same guys here in the top 10. We've also got your best guys having terrible nights, and then you've got your worst guys having fantastic nights. I mean, we had no-name guys able to fight their way from the back. I'm not kind of poking names out there, but I'll drop a few. Dylan Dunford came up 22 positions to come in 6th. Thomas Walter came up 14 and placed 8th. I mean, these guys are normally, unfortunately, where we find them is all the way in the back of the field. Came in the, almost in the top 10. Came in the top 10 tonight. That was amazing, and a lot of what I like to see is it's not always the same people. You have definitely a wide range of talent here. But now that we head to Dega, this is going to be a kind of a free for all, and we're back to the teams again.
Well, it's funny you say that because, like I said, last year it was. Kleba, I think, started a little later in the year, and I skipped a couple races because he was locked in. But I think Vinny had like something crazy, like 9, 10 wins. I think Bird had like 3 or 4. And I think Kleba, even before playoffs, like I said, missing weeks and starting late, I think he still had like 3 or 4 as well. And then come playoff time, it was one of those 3 winning at least 2 out of the 3 races of each round. They were that quick. And like I said, you still had like myself, you still had Malone running every now and then, you still had Senchek, like all these guys still running. But yeah, I think for the first 6 or 7 races or so, maybe even till Martinsville last week, we had a different winner every week. We had no repeat winners. And then I think somehow I'm the first one, or I could be wrong, maybe somebody else did, but no, this is our biggest field as far as championship drivers. I think we actually have like 38 or 39 that paid to run. So if everybody showed up, just like we did for Daytona and I think Atlanta and like the early races, we'd be sending guys home. And, tonight we had 30 cars, which, it's not a full field, but I thought the racing was good, especially after how bad last week was. We'll just use bad because that's probably the most PG word we can use for it. But
yes.
No, I thought we had green flag pit stops every stage. You had numerous strategies come into play. Like you guys said, you had guys coming from the back, Dunford, Walter and Senchek were kind of mid-pack, and then, Malone lost a spot, Kleba lost 1, Nathan lost 7, still managed top 10s, but you had movers and shakers, and that's, like you said, exactly what you want to see. All different winners. It makes it fun, because granted, Vinny drives for me, and I love seeing him win, but, because it gets a little annoying, seeing the same guy win 10 or 10 plus races.
Yep.
And we have had ones like that where, the guys came out and it was like, okay, well, let's see if I can at least make 2nd or 3rd, because I know I'm never beating him. And it gets, even for the viewer. I mean, for the racers, I'm sure it gets kind of old, but for the viewers, it kind of does too, unless that's your guy.
Well, I mean, real quick though, I will say everybody's always, not so much Vinny and Kleba, but we've had a Coke level talent in here a couple years ago, right when we started stage racing. And when I tell you he would qualify on the pole, lead every single lap, be able to come down for green flag pit stops, and then, still lead every single lap, sweep stages, win the races. We didn't really ban him, but it was kind of a league-wide decision of like, okay, this guy is way above our talent level. We need to maybe ask him politely if he can give us time or whatever. But like, no, like Vinny and Kleba, like, yes, they are quick. They win a lot. But at the same time, if you can run with them, run up front, maybe follow them, learn from them, etc., it makes you better. Running with those faster guys makes you better. Like that's like I just said. If you would have told me I'd have 2 race wins at this point of the season, granted one was Atlanta, but I'd have said you were crazy. I personally didn't think I'd win 1 race this year because of guys like that. Reeder, just as quick. Malone, he's due for a win. I don't think he has one yet. Christenberry is due for one. Like there's so many guys that can win in the Cup Series and even trucks really. It's crazy when you can actually pull one off, and you couldn't ask for anything else. Like it's just phenomenal to actually win one, and even I would say to run top 5 anymore. This field is, when we can get racing like it was tonight, finishing
Yeah.
top 5 is a win in its own right.
Alrighty.
Yeah. Your depth of talent, I believe, is what we're looking
You
at.
know,
right
you
now.
are hitting right on the nose with. You are on one tonight. I'll give you that.
All right, but while we still have everybody still hanging out here, real quick, how can somebody join up with you guys?
If you want to run for points, it's $30. You'll get guaranteed a spot every week. Obviously, we're 9 races in, but we run the IRL format. So if you're, I won't say Coke talent, but if you're quick enough, you can come out, run. If you can win Dega next week, you're locked in. You can be 31st, 35th, wherever in points, and you'll be locked in. Because NASCAR got away with, I think for Cup it was top 30 in points or whatever to be qualified in. Now you win one race, as long as you're obviously running for Cup points, you're in. So we have the same rule. So if anybody started next week, or if they started race 20 and happened to win, they'd be locked in as long as we don't have 16 winners. If you just want to come run for fun, you want to run super speedways, you want to run a road course, you want to run Martinsville. I don't know why you would after last week, but hey, you can do that too. We got plenty of rides open still. Like I said, we only had 30 cars. I think we had 54 total charters. So obviously right there, there's 24 cars that have no butts in the seats. So if you want to run just for owners points and come have fun, join the Discord. We got plenty of guys to get you in seats.
There we go. All right. So that's what it needs to be. Join the Discord. I wasn't sure if we had a Facebook page we need to find you on first.
There is. There actually, I think, is 2 because my old one got hacked. It should just be National Oval Racing Association. And if it pops up 2 different pages, it's the one with less likes. Unfortunately, the first one I had, I think, a couple thousand likes, and then, like I said, I got hacked, so we lost it. So the one with the less likes would be the Facebook page, but I'll try and get back on the posts and stuff, so we'll be sharing them out in all the Facebook groups. That'll have the appropriate Discord links as well. If you're a truck guy or Cup, they'll be on the Facebook page somewhere as well.
Excellent. Shout out time.
You guys for the broadcast. I feel like we kind of owed you a good race after the past couple, especially last week. So hopefully it was fun to watch. Hopefully the finish was good and exciting. The guys that ran 30 cars, again, not a full field like we probably could have, but 30 cars. I feel like it wasn't too many cautions. You might have an exact number for me, Patrick.
Oof.
Patrick? No, me.
No.
3.
Color.
What? Oh.
You.
What?
How many cautions?
Right. Well, we had 2 stage cautions and 3 unplanned cautions.
Okay, so 5 total, and then
Yep.
For racing, I'll take that. That's actually
100%.
Yeah. Well, normally, like I said, for here with the dive bombs into 1 and then the blocking like I did to Malone, it gets kind of hairy, but I'll take 3. That's a great rebound, like I said, from Martinsville. So everybody that ran, I know there's a couple of minor issues, but we can work those out when you get clean racing like that. Green flag pit stops every stage. So
yes,
you guys, like I said, I enjoy going back and watching. And now that I actually won when you guys were broadcasting, I love to go watch this one since I couldn't watch the last win.
that's true because that was Atlanta.
Yes, yeah, but no, flatline teammates too, real quick. Vinny, he had damage early, I think, because he was no Q and an EOL, but he rebounded to 4th, so good point save for him. We had Nathan Finnegan driving for Cody Height. He was under the weather, so he actually missed last night as well. So hopefully Cody gets feeling better and we can get him out for Dega and maybe push him to a win. You never know what can happen. Matty George, I actually don't even know where he ended up, but he's always rather fast on long runs, and he was kind of starting to run me down a little bit points. But now, and the Dark Star guys too, they hang out with us in Discord. Brady, Everett, Blade, and Dalton wasn't here tonight, but we got Dalton too. So shout out to those guys, and like I said, the Flatline guys, and everybody else that ran. You guys for the broadcast.
Oh yeah, Josh Conover, congratulations on your win, buddy, and we'll see how you hold up at Dega.
Probably on my roof, if I'm being honest. This year, these 2 wins is going too well for me. I'm due for a roof job.
Yep, there we go.
This is kind of interesting because that's exactly the same thing Malone said.
Hey,
he was.
What if it's a 2 for 1?
Between 3 and 4. Oh, if it's that,
the 2 of them turn each other over. Yeah,
I was gonna say it'll probably be me pushing him or him pushing me, and one of us will throw a block or do something, and yeah, it'll be probably us 2.
Sweet.
Oh my goodness. Though, we would need to put a short up on the website if that happens.
Don't tempt me. I might be able to help you get it out.
Ooh.
All righty, Josh. Congratulations, man. Multiple-time winner. Let's see if you can keep this roll going.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Yep. All right, Stella, that's going to do it for us tonight. Josh Conover, the winner here of the night. Fantastic job for these guys to really kind of pull away and to finally bring us a decent race. I would say all the racing is decent, but less cautions. They were able to kind of definitely keep it to a minimum and actually bring the racing where it needed to be. At the height, big racing, big passes, guys blocking, guys drafting. Yeah, and that was just exactly what you want to see, is guys actually able to kind of turn it up like that and definitely pick up the pace and do what they need to do. Stella, what do I always say? Any last thoughts?
And I usually have no thoughts in my head at all.
Oh,
but
my
tonight,
gosh.
tonight, I have to compliment everyone. I mean, right down to the bottom, not giving up, to the top, taking us to a wonderful, edge of your seat finish, which I always enjoy. And that this was racing. Let's do it again.
Yeah, and let's keep this roll going. Do want to thank everybody out there for joining along. John the Talent out there along with Tyler, and I see the Drift King popping in a little late here, and of course Jay, who is always out there, even waiting before, and Nate Cobb. I noticed he came out here and said hello. So definitely, guys, keep it up. Share this link. I would say this would be a link to share out there. If you want guys, other races to drive, show them what you guys are made of. This is the one. Now, I would definitely share this one anywhere that you can and definitely show what these guys can do. That way they can come and race. But from all of us at Simtracks Broadcasting, be well, be safe, be kind, and I'll see all you guys next time.